Hey, how's it going, everybody? We are back from the beach. This is Zoobox, a podcast about nonsense. And if you're wondering why we sound like shit, I'm not going to point any fingers or anything, but let's just say everyone here might or might not have something that is going around, if you know what I mean. So, but yeah, we're here. Everyone, it was a good time at the beach. I think everyone had fun. The beach was fantastic. The weather was great. It rained a couple times, but
Good
only
thing
at
we got
night.
enough vitamin D.
We definitely did. Yeah. And
That was good.
it was, but the beach was awesome, dude. Like we went to Tybee Island in Georgia. It was awesome. Good time. Savannah. We stayed there the night before, Ryan and I. It was good. Beautiful little city. Really beautiful
people.
I wouldn't see a lot, but enough. Enough to be like, ugh.
When the night falls in that city, it gets pretty sketchy.
I bet you saw some ripped homeless people.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, there was this old black man when we first, because they have all these squares, and there was a guy dressed in an American flag, tank top, hat, or whatever.
A white guy.
And it was a black guy. It was a black guy, and he had a flute. It was a black man.
White man.
It was not. It was not a white man. It was a black man.
Very white.
Listen, Ryan is racist. So, but no, it was.
So
was
wait,
awesome.
what was this guy shredded or something?
No, he's not shredded, but it was. I mean, yeah, he was homeless. I guess he's skinny.
No,
but he was.
some homeless guys are like shredded. They're like
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's very.
What homeless people?
There are. Mike
You've
sent me a
seen
video.
homeless people. You never seen a homeless dude walking around that's like looks like he's freaking like ultra fit, dude.
They don't look fit. They just look so skinny that they look.
No, I've seen ones that look like fit.
I'm talking about meth head muscular.
Yeah, they're like yeah, but they look good.
Lean.
Yeah,
Lean
they look good.
They look good. They look
Must be
good.
doing something right.
Hey,
this
I
guy-
want to look like that.
This guy was playing the flute though, and he was like ripping like some old school like American songs.
Playing
Like
the Star
great.
Spangled Banner. It was
Yeah.
kind of cool because we were reading a plaque
Yeah.
describing the first-hand man of Washington during the Revolutionary War. It was, it was kind of a cool experience.
Yeah, and then we came back later that night, and I guess Ryan thinks the guy's white. I think he's black, but the dude was like, I guess like we went on this ghost tour thing, and it was all right. The guy had BO. And when we got back, I guess it was like the last set that like we were at our starting point again, like where we started, that's where we finished. And I guess that like there was I noticed this thing, and I was pretty stoned, but I noticed like this car thing happened. It's like they're honking, dude gets out of the car, he's like, you wanna fucking go? You wanna fucking go, man? And like I was like, oh shit. So I was distracted by that. But I guess behind me, Ryan, why don't you tell people what was going on, like behind me, that I didn't notice until after you and you just told me.
From my perspective, there was an altercation between the Star Spangled Man and a woman who also was homeless, and she was telling him to hit me, and he had the little mini American flag in his hand, like what's it called, fencing, like fucking with her, like trying to stab her with the flag, and. He would like take off 15 yards, make a little circle, come back with the finger in his, giving her the finger.
It was great, dude. Like, dude, Mike, do you remember that? I sent it to everybody, but do you guys remember that thing I sent where the 70-year-old guy broke out of the nursing home? He's like living his best life.
Yeah.
I was like, that's Mike.
Is that real?
I don't know if it's real. I mean, who cares if it's real? It's still hilarious.
I'm not going to a nursing home. I've already decided that one.
Yeah, but like, let's say like you kind of, for whatever reason, you end up getting put in one by your family, and you break out,
I'm
and
gonna
you're
get
just
out
like,
of that thing.
Mike just starts acting like a young person. He's like living my best life out in the streets,
Well, here's the thing that scares
great.
me when I get put in a nursing home. The technology is going to be so good that if you open a door, a damn alarm's going to go off, which is probably already like that now.
Yeah.
So it's going to be extremely difficult to escape.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
These places are so shittily run. They don't have that.
And this is really the purpose of having children, because the state can just mandate that you get put in a home.
Oh, I know.
Yeah,
So
they
Dan,
can.
you better start.
If you have dementia, it's called conservatorship. That's what happened to Britney Spears. You know, basically, like, you're mentally unstable. You can't even have your own money.
Or
can't do your
people
own
can
thing.
take over for you, even if you have a family. They could be appointed by the state to take over you.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called a conservatorship.
Yeah, but people do it even if they have like
Guardianship.
children. Like these people come in and they take you over. If you're like a wealthy old person,
Yeah.
they'll live with you for a couple of years and then put a will and they'll take all your money and everything. It's happened before.
Yeah, no, it has.
Yeah, that idea.
And
Yeah,
the court appoints them for you, and there's nothing your
Yes.
family can do.
Yes, that is possible as well. If you're not proactive in your parents' life, if you're not proactive, if you're not like living near them, and or like when they do finally are getting a little bit too old, you can have them come live with you.
Who's taking your mom? Which one?
Well, I mean, probably any of us really, but probably for
But
the
who's
better
gonna
of
step
everybody. I would do it.
You're gonna take care of your mom?
I would, yeah, absolutely.
Dan's got the most time.
Well, this is years down the road. Your mom's got a while to go.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll cross that road when we get there.
I'll do it. I'll take care of it because these
Why,
guys.
who do you think is gonna be the one?
It's gonna be. It ain't gonna be Ryan.
Whoever's
Ryan's gonna be like, Mom.
Whoever's the best equipped to do it should.
Yeah,
be
I
the
think.
one.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
I'm gonna
I
make
just,
that decision now.
I am. I'm making it. I'll do it if I have to, though. I will. If I'm the only one able to, I will. And like, or even if I'm not the only one able to, if that's just how it works out, I will. I'll always take care of my
Yeah,
mother.
like I said, it's whoever's the best equipped.
See, because I'm not gonna have to take care of my mom because other people will. Because there's other people that are like closer but I'm probably gonna. Oh well, I am gonna have to take care of Maritz's mother. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah. And I think that's good, though. That's what we should start doing.
Well, that's just kind of how life goes.
That's what we had to do today. Like, cause like she can't work, so like we had to give her some money, and then I bought her a bunch of vitamins.
Here you go, you old bastard. Here's some vitamins. No, I mean,
Because she has COVID, so she's out of work.
Yeah.
For 10 days. So, and she's like type, she's lives paycheck to paycheck basically. So,
dude, and that's the thing. It's like, whenever are you gonna get back up? Whenever are you gonna get back to normal life? Like this stuff. So I'm done with it personally. Like I'm done with it. I wasn't even that concerned when I got it. I did not think it was a big deal. I was just like, whatever.
Well, for a young, healthy individual, that is.
Well, I'm concerned because I don't want to have long-term health lungs.
Those are. Listen, if you had already made it past like a certain period and you're not experiencing it's like when you go to the hospital most of the time, like you have like serious damage done if like you're like messed up, like if you're really
I don't think we know what the long-term ramifications of the.
No, but people that do have, it's been long enough to know that people who've been put on ventilators have obviously caused damage. People who had serious respiratory issues, like breathing period, are the ones that have had longer, long-haul symptoms have been a thing. Like, I didn't lose taste, and this is what makes me think maybe I didn't get it, but, the PCR test said it did. I still have my taste, I still have my smell, I still have all those things. I just had a headache.
People don't really have symptoms.
But that's my point. So most likely, statistically, I would probably say I'm not going to, like me personally, I don't think would probably have some long-term respiratory thing.
Well, we don't know.
No one knows. No one knows, but we don't know about the long-term effects of the mRNA stuff either. So it's just, it is what it is.
Well, Ryan, I got the magic bullet.
Yeah.
What?
I got the magic medicine. I paid for it.
Don't say it.
Yeah, but what do you mean? How did you pay for it? You still have to talk to somebody.
Yeah, he did.
Ryan, listen.
Oh, you did today?
I did, and I got it. I got to go pick it up in the morning.
Was it remote or was it in person?
It was remote. I paid for it, dog.
Did you get the big, like one of those big bundles?
I could have, but that was a lot of money.
Yeah, I saw that. So how long of a supply did you get?
Well, I got the 1 month treatment that hits you right away. And then I have an option but I have to pay more to get 6 months, 3 months, 12 months.
There's also limited data, though, on the long-term use of ivermectin.
That's not true.
That
Yeah, but
is
it's safe
true.
to use.
That is not true.
That is true.
That is not true.
Ryan, there's tons of proof that it's safe
Ryan,
to
you're
use
talking.
long-term.
It's been around since the 70s.
I understand that, but the long-term extended use
Oh, maybe
is
like
not
that.
common practice.
You don't use it for long term.
No, you can.
You don't need to. That's not what the protocol calls for.
Well, if you have the protocol calls for that, if you have long-term symptoms.
If you have long-term, long hauler symptoms, maybe.
Yes.
So
but that's not what
prophylactically.
That's not long-term.
What do you mean? It's prophylactic if you as long as
prophylactic because they give it. You can also take it. It's still considered prophylactic when you get first onset symptoms.
No, it's not. That's treatment.
Okay,
Well,
that is treatment.
I didn't get it for the long term because there was too much money.
You're not like I don't. So you know that for a fact that they have no long-term studies.
I was watching Brett Weinstein talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
That it could have some negative. He was just playing because somebody
Devil's advocate.
Somebody asked him a question, and he's trying to be objective, trying to give both sides of the coin. That it could have a negative impact on your gut flora.
That's if you take it for a long time.
Every day.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right.
That's my point.
So you take it when you first get onset symptoms, and then you're good.
Well, no, it's also for prophylactic. Talking about prophylactic.
You can.
Use. Oh.
You can, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Which is why I would take. I'm not gonna take it now.
No, well, I mean, but the thing, if you take it, from what I've heard, according to certain studies, that if you take it when you first get symptoms, you have a better chance of it working out.
Yeah, it'll work. Yeah,
that's the only way I would ever take it.
And you could also take it as like a dewormer. It's gonna like deworm you.
Yeah. Yes.
Well, it's a parasite. It attacks parasites, anti-parasite.
So even if I don't need it for COVID, it's still gonna be good to take it for me just to flush out my system and get dewormed, basically.
Hey, dude, listen. You talked to a doctor, right?
Yeah.
There you go. And if they gave you the recommended dosage and what they said for your body size, you talk to a doctor, and that's the only thing. So, like, we don't know.
It's available
no
if
one
you want
knows
it, Ryan.
Yeah, it's out there. You got to talk to the doctor.
Well, yeah, you can't. Yeah, you have to get prescribed it.
Well, that's what I paid for.
Yeah.
That initial fee that you saw. That's for the prescription.
Yeah, just to fill it out, basically.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I have to pay for the ivermectin separately.
Which isn't cheap.
No, it's
like $15 a pill.
Max.
$10 a pill. Yeah, max.
That's pretty expensive.
No, okay, that's not expensive, dude. Come on, you work in the hospital.
Pretty expensive.
How much is a Vicodin?
I have no idea.
It's like I don't know, $120 a pill or something.
$15 is not cheap if you're getting 30 pills.
Yeah, it adds up quickly. That's why I didn't do the long haul.
But you're talking, that is what they were charging if they were going to send it to him.
Yeah.
So it most likely it's going to be probably around $8 to $10 max.
Well, I don't know what the pharmacy is going to charge me.
The manufacturing cost is anywhere from $2 to $10.
Go on MedRx, you might be able to find some things to knock off the price.
There you go. So there's another thing. But also if you have health insurance, I don't know how this works with health insurance or whatever.
I don't have health insurance.
I doubt health insurance would cover it.
Probably not.
But if you guys want it, you should probably get some.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, listen, I think it's a great thing to keep.
They're going to outlaw it soon.
Maybe
so
they will.
That's why I got it soon. I
don't think they're going to outlaw it.
No, they're going to make it really hard to get for COVID.
They already have. You used to be able to get ivermectin over the counter, from what I heard. I don't know if that's true, but you used to be able to go get it just in the store, go buy it.
I don't think so. Not for humans.
Yes, for humans. As far as I understood it, because it's such a common use all around the world. They hand it out
No, in other countries you could, not in America. I don't think that's ever was the case.
Do you know that?
Yes.
Do you know that, Dan?
I do know that.
Yes, I have heard that before.
You heard?
I don't think that's
Weinstein
true.
saying that they moved it behind the counter when they were trying to use it for COVID. I don't know if that's true. How do you know? Where do you
because I remember distinctly saying that it was always over the counter, but in other countries, some countries you can buy it you can buy it in the store, but in America,
No, like that is over the counter. Behind the counter is the
yeah,
pharmacy.
behind the counter. That's what I meant to say. Let's see.
Yeah, go ahead. I don't know. That's why I was wondering. I just remember Brett Weinstein saying something about it. The thing is, like, I don't know why it's not dangerous to most people.
Yeah.
99% of people, people can not take Advil, so, or ibuprofen. Like, hey, you can't. You're allergic to it, so you can buy that. I mean, the statistical chance of you being harmed by it, I think, are fairly low. Probably like astronomically low.
Well, yeah, it's very.
But if you take a
according to Brett
bottle,
Weinstein, I think the FLCC is considered a relatively pretty safe drug.
well, it's been around for a long time, and it's not. It doesn't cause. I mean, yes, there are side effects, just like any other thing.
Yeah, it's like diarrhea, abdominal cramps, headache, just normal.
Yeah, because like I don't know. In the United States, maybe because what's the need for it here? But in Africa, where they have river blindness and stuff, like you can take that, it clears it up. It's just I don't even know where you can find good information anymore. So it's pretty tough. It's a pretty tough work. It's tough because that's what I remember him saying. He was like, "It's not hard to get."
He might have said that. Well, it doesn't seem hard to get. From what
Well, he's
Michael's
like,
saying.
it used to be like you could walk in and get it.
I don't know. I know you can get it for animals.
Yeah, animals, absolutely, for sure. I mean, we know that. It's just sourced differently. I mean, it's still the same thing.
It's probably a
I
different
guess.
dosage.
Yeah, well, I don't know if it's the exact same thing. Obviously, I don't think you should be going around popping in horse ivermectin.
Like I can get this one for cows and pigs.
Did you find out if you could?
No, I don't know how to find that out. Like it just brought me to Amazon. I
Are you on Google?
Yes.
Yeah, you're mistaken already. You need DuckDuckGo, man.
Well, I have DuckDuckGo, but I don't know how I'm gonna find.
You just type in.
I'm not Jamie.
Has ivermectin ever been sold over the counter? Done.
It has in other countries, so let me go.
Ryan's on it.
Ryan might be a better person for this.
In the United States, it's type in the U.S. Beef, and then I don't know. Like it's the only thing I could think of to type in.
It shouldn't be this hard to find on Google.
Yeah, but Google.
The first one that pops up, other than like trying to sell prescriptions, is why you should not use this drug to treat or prevent. That's from the FDA.
Of course. Yeah, and the FDA says not to. But do you trust the FDA?
Yeah, but it's not even true.
Well, who says it? This is what I'm talking about. Because Pfizer, let me go to their Twitter and re-verify this. Pfizer put out something where they're basically created a drug, a brand new drug. It's thousands of dollars per pill. That works in a similar fashion. And they're like, hey, we know there's leakage with these, with our products. So like you can take this in conjunction when you blah blah blah, and then like, yeah. We know what they're doing. This is not.
So yeah, they're just taking the extreme of dosage. They're not. So it's a very misleading article here because they're referring to the dangerous aspects of ivermectin being in large doses, which isn't how it's being. That's if it was properly and professionally prescribed, that wouldn't be the case. I don't know why that's what they're.
They're basically warning people not just to go take it on their own or just.
Well, yeah. Well, it was really about the animal.
Right.
They also referenced the animals. Which is, I guess, that's good information, but it's still.
Yeah, listen, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to find this.
Well, that's my point. Is like this is something they're hiding. You're not gonna find it on Google. Okay.
I'm not on Google.
You're on DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, but it's just gonna take a while to actually find I don't think they're hiding. It's just like a hard information to find if it was ever.
I don't know, dude. I'm a master DuckDuckGo user now. Because I find things all the time, but that I can't find on Google on DuckDuckGo like constantly. Whether it's anything from like medical information that may be controversial to You know, like, what do you guys like? This is the issue. That what happened to like more of a holistic approach to medicine? Like whether it was psychological.
That's right
medicine,
here with me.
Huh?
That's me.
Well, it's like why can't we like psychologists have basically prescribed entire generations filled with drugs.
Yeah,
Like,
pharmaceutical industry is ingrained in our society.
Well, it's pharmaceutical, absolutely, and they get kickbacks. They make all this money, but I'm just saying, like, what happened to, like, when you're dealing with your mental health, let's say, why should you be given prescription medication? You know, because they try to get me on it, and I was like, no.
Money.
Well, the military doesn't really focus on that, I don't think. I mean, maybe they do. I'm sure.
And it's an easy thing to do.
Yeah, and they know it's going to help.
Well,
it's debatable.
It shouldn't be the first. A chemical intervention should not be the first line of intervention against something like that. It should be
Maybe not. No, probably not.
And that's
but
what
like,
we're taught.
Taking more like how Mike approaches medicine, like, or like his self-health. He runs, he works out, he takes care of himself. You know, like that's really the goal here. Take vitamins. Be proactive about what you eat, what you put in your body. Check for bliss products. Check for stuff. People act like they don't have time. They do have time.
You should have seen the amount of vitamins I took. I thought I poisoned myself. I got sick because I did it on an empty stomach.
Oh yeah.
I took dude, it was a handful of vitamins I shoved down my throat.
I do every day, dude.
What did you take other than like the zinc, vitamin D, vitamin C? Aspirin. What did you take?
I took.
Listen, we're not doctors. Talk to your doctor. I don't even care.
But I took vitamin C. I took vitamin D3. I took B complex. I took zinc. I took aspirin. I took a Zyrtex. I took a Pepsicin.
Why did you do all this?
Because this is what the top doctor in the country recommended me to do.
Dr. Pierre Corey's protocol is what he's taking.
Is this what this is? Okay.
And I try to drink. I got tonic water that he recommends, 2 cups of it a day. Has something in it, but I got diet, and it was so disgusting I couldn't drink it.
Why did you
and
get
there were
diet?
some other things on there too. I've forgotten the name of them, but there was a few other ones. But it was like a handful of vitamins I shoved down that I almost threw up.
Like I probably take 15 to 20 vitamins in the morning.
Involved with your hair?
2.
Like 7?
2 or 3. I mean, everything is for the body. So, like, if you have a healthy body, you'll have healthy hair. You know, so healthier hair. I take biotin, keratin, collagen. The biotin, keratin, collagen's all one, and then
collagen's good for anything.
Yeah, for your joints, inflammation, skin, hair, like nails. Like my nails grow stupid fast. Like I literally in like a week I'll cut them, and like 2 weeks later I'll have to cut them again, like because they just do grow that fast.
I would take more, but vitamins are a lot of money.
They are, but it's just balancing. Don't eat out. Get vitamins. Like you have to balance these things. Like we have to to me, because I am obsessed with trying to keep my hair and trying to live a healthier life. You know, like I don't want to. You know, I don't want to live. I don't want to be like 50 and disgusting and hate myself.
I don't want to be like that either.
I don't want it. I don't want to look like how my dad looked. My dad looked like shit. My dad looked like a fucking, like he looked like a fucking shitty. Like he just did not look healthy. Like and it killed.
I want to look like this when I'm 50. The same body weight.
Yeah,
and everything.
I mean, you guys saw me with my shirt off. Yeah, I'm not like the most ripped in shape guy, but I'm like healthy.
Smoke cigarettes.
Yeah, I do. And guess what? I got a fucking protocol to stop smoking.
Did you?
I did. I spent $200, man. I fucking spent $200. So
it'll probably be cheaper than buying cigarettes.
Well, like the one cartridge lasts for like I think, don't quote me. I think it's like 3,000 puffs or something. But it's not a. As far as I know, they're called fume, F-U-M, and they're fum or whatever, and they're not like a what's it called? Not like a vape. It's not water vapor. It just gives you the sensation of smoking. So it
Yeah,
lets
but
you feel it.
nicotine's not good for you. Some people take nicotine.
No, maybe small doses of nicotine, but it's all the chemicals and all the
Yeah.
crap, and but like this, and this is something to really bring up, is anybody who trusts any of these industries, any institution, they all need to be taken down. All of them. They all need to be completely destroyed, and they need to be, and someone else needs to create something else completely new. Because like, look at smoking back in the 40s, 50s, and 60s, like before they got found out they were lying. Like they literally said, it's healthy to smoke. It's completely good for you. Like women smoke when you're pregnant. Your babies are born smaller. These are the same institutions that did that. The same exact ones. So it's no, there is no but.
What do you mean same institutions that did what?
That's a
They
private.
they covered for cigarette companies. They paid off doctors to
Sugar.
say that and sugar too.
Sugar's the worst.
What about saturated fat? Saying there was like saturated fat was worse than regular fat or healthier or whatever it was for a long time.
And this is one of the things that me and Sean actually talked about. It's a question I have for you. You want like an Antarctic, state.
Yes, I would love to have an Antarctic, just
Anarchy
completely
state,
cold.
right?
No, that's not true. There would be no state.
Well, what do you say you want anarchy?
Well, yeah, I would believe in like the principles of anarchy. Yeah, I think there's definitely some good things that would come with.
What's going to stop, if you have this kind of a state, what's going to stop a company from being corrupt and doing the same things that they do now? Why would they not do that? Why wouldn't you want to make more money? And if you do, and if you're doing something
I have a question.
that was bad, why would you stop that?
I got you. It's very simple. No, there's no company that is going to go around and murder people, right? Like, and when I mean the state kills more people, they kill more people than any company.
Okay, and let's say like a cigarette company.
Yeah.
Let's say you're selling cigarettes. Your primary goal as a cigarette company is to sell those cigarettes.
Yes.
So if there's no regulations, no one keeping you in check, why aren't you going to lie about the data? Why wouldn't you? They did it before. Why wouldn't they be corrupt? Why wouldn't they just want to sell more cigarettes?
Well, they're
trying to make profit.
Mike, you are literally, this already happened.
I know this, but that's my point.
So your point is that it's already happened.
Yeah,
and
we caught them, though. The government caught them.
No, they didn't. It was whistleblowers and people inside and doctors, not the state. The state may have
regulations on them, and it made them put labels, and it made them do things.
Are you going to let me answer?
Yeah, but you're not saying that the state did anything when they did.
No, they didn't.
Not the state, the federal government.
The state allowed them to continue to exist in their formation and allowed them to peddle lies for decades.
Did they allow them, or there's just an absence of oversight?
It's not about we are.
There's a difference.
Okay, I have a question. Why do you want the state to have oversight of something when you yourself can have oversight?
How are you going to have oversight of a company like Amazon? Let's say
you
Amazon.
Don't buy it. You don't use it.
Let's say you don't know that they're doing something bad until after the fact.
Mike, with the modern technology that we have, there are no more secrets.
Okay, what if a company's dumping chemicals into a river and you don't know about it?
You go take them out.
Well, who's going to enforce it if there's no federal government to enforce laws to say that you can't do that?
Now?
The federal government.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
Who's the number one polluter in the United States, Michael?
Well, they may be, but they still enforce it.
No, Michael, who's the number one?
Yeah.
Listen, if you're not going to let me answer, or when I ask you a simple question, and if you say, I don't know, that's fine. I'm trying to build my case here. But if you keep throwing things at me.
No, but Dan,
I don't. No,
you're not.
Well, Dan, you never answered the question, his initial question. You're just sidestepping, asking him a question.
No, because I'm trying to build the framework here, but I'm not allowed to. Because you're like, no, I want to. I'm trying to say, look at all the things the government does poorly.
I understand that. It's not
it.
The point is who's gonna. The government does keep some of these companies in check, whether you like it or not. They do.
What company?
The one that makes all the plastic stuff up in West Virginia. They make all the. They made that spray stuff you used to spray on your pans. I forget what it's called.
You mean the same plastics that people make in water bottles that are poisoning people?
Dan, but what my point is that company was dumping tons of plastic and chemicals into a river in West Virginia.
Uh-huh.
So if there was no federal government to say, and caught them doing it, to say, no, you can't do this, who's going to say, no, you can't do this? Who's going to do the research to test the water? Who's going to do the research to say...
Private citizens, private organizations. There would be good guys, too. Why would everyone be bad?
Why would anyone want to spend their own money testing something?
Because they're going to be people who care about the environment. There are going to be groups of people who actually give a crap, yes.
But who would the people in the town complain to? This is like a poor town.
Each other. And then they organize against this company and say, get out. I don't know. If they're armed citizens, then they're going to have the ability to hold them accountable.
Yeah, but then they give most of these people the job in the town.
Okay, then they don't work, then the factory no longer can pollute. But
then if they don't work, then they can't pay for anything.
Okay, then the factory can't pay for anything either. The factory can't make its products. And then guess what? The workers now have the control.
Well, what are the workers going to do for work? If they just stop working, what are they going to do?
Okay, the workers take over. And then they change it.
No, they lose their jobs and they go into...
What do you mean they take over?
Yeah, the workers just take over the company.
That community would crumble.
Why do you want the workers to be able to take over a company?
What do you mean? Look at all the old mining towns in Pennsylvania.
And let me finish. Why do you want the government to be able to take over a company?
The government's not taking over the company. The government doesn't take over the company.
They take its money from taxes.
Yeah, but they don't take over the company. The government went in and prosecuted them and said, hey, what you were doing is actually illegal, and now you're going to go to jail. Yeah. And a lot of the CEOs went to jail for that.
Really?
They did. Yeah.
The CEOs of the company went to jail. Interesting.
The CEOs of that plant in West Virginia, not of the whole company.
Okay, so it happened under the government's watch.
And yeah, but my point is that there was some... Dan, there's always going to be things that happen. But my point is that who's going to hold them accountable and who's going to stop them from doing it?
We will.
I don't think so.
Okay, so then why stand up to your government? Why should we? You know what, Mike? You need to get a vaccine, and you have to because your government tells you so.
No, that's the point. Is that yes, the government can have too much control, but having a government not necessarily a bad thing.
Tell me at any point where any government has little control. What government has little control? Name me any point in history.
America. What do you mean? We used to have that.
That's not true.
What do you mean little control? What's that definition even mean?
Well, you're the one. I don't know. You're the one that say it's too big. So
no,
if it's too big, when was it small?
No, you said that we shouldn't have any government. I said no. Having a government is good.
When was the perfect size of government for you?
When was it the perfect size of government for me personally?
What does that matter?
Well, because he's saying that it's too big now. I want to make a correlation to say, well, when was it like a good size?
1920.
1920. You're talking about when they used the Federal Reserve, the federal government, which they is a private bank where they crashed our economy?
Yeah,
and then who went to jail for that?
That was a good time for me as size of the government. You said size. You didn't say what they did.
You're talking about the same government that allowed us that started the military-industrial complex and the birth of our intelligence agencies that went on to start more wars and kill more people than any. Like, dude, listen, that's my point. Like, even when the birth of this country,
you're progressing to where.
No, I'm not. I'm talking at that time. I'm talking about at that moment.
Sure, it might have been the birth of that, but
you're talking about prohibition.
You're going 20 years. You're talking about.
No, I'm not. If you let me finish, I'm talking about prohibition of alcohol. Talk about the formation of the FBI, where that's what the FBI was created for.
People didn't listen.
Then you tell me a time whenever a society functions.
Okay, so Ryan says the government should be able to ban things and that the people should have to listen.
No, but Dan,
I said they
when was the time that we had no government? And
that's why they created the FBI.
When was there ever a time?
When what?
When there was no government, no nothing, and people functioned peacefully and nothing.
Okay, well, they said the same thing when...
I know, but when was it? Just answer. I had to answer a time. Give me a time. Give me a time and date.
No specific time. But what we can see is the dissolution. Like, I can give you an example of when a structure was completely destroyed, and it worked. Just recently, Brexit happened. They broke off from the European Union. They said that was impossible.
No. I want a time in society when a society functioned without a government.
Well, like I said, Brexit. When Britain broke off from the European Union, which was an overstate, like a complete, like, federal government, They had all the European Union was controlled all the states within it, the countries,
By unelected officials.
by unelected people. They were not elected by the people in Britain.
Mm-hmm.
They left.
Well,
No
have
bloodshed.
they left?
Yes, they left 2 years ago. They had to have like 3 or 4 votes. It was like a big mess. It was a big crap because the people in power didn't want it to happen.
So it did. So it did eventually happen. I'm
Yes.
just clarifying because I thought it was still going on.
Oh no, this happened 2 years ago, dude.
So these people have no government now.
No, they have no European Union government. Now hold on, just relax. You guys are like throwing a million things that I'm trying to answer. Then you look at this, like the same thing was said when they tried to get rid of the monarchy and build a parliamentary system that was basically more in power. Okay, what are you going to do without a king? Who's going to talk for God?
Yeah, but where do you go from here?
And it's the same thing when you talk about, do you think the church, the Roman Catholic Church, the Vatican is kind of corrupt and messed up? Do you need the Pope to tell you what to do? Do you need the Vatican to tell you that you can't go to Latin Mass anymore? Because I don't know if you know that, but that happened.
No.
Okay.
He didn't tell you that. He said he was thinking about not having those masses.
No, it's official now. It's official. I follow.
Okay, but Dan, you never gave me. I had to give you a date. I want a date when society functioned without a government because you made me answer a date, and I want the same thing from you.
Without a government, without a complete any type of government. Jamestown, no government. When the Pilgrims got here, there was no government, and they built the colonies. It wasn't until Britain came and said, it's kind of ours.
There was definitely local governments.
No, there was local agreements. There were people that had set up councils of sorts.
And how long did that work?
And guess what they
somebody
did?
Came in and conquered them.
Oh, Jesus. And then what happened?
That's what you did for me. That's what you did to me.
No, I did not. I asked you what specific time do you think the government was small? That was good. And I'm telling you that any form of government. So like when they set up the Salem witch trials, it was this kangaroo court put up by a bunch of people that felt empowered, and they murdered people because they just thought they were witches.
Yeah, but that was a localized.
Yes,
event.
it was a localized.
I know. So why wouldn't that happen, anyways?
It did happen. Dan just said it did.
It did.
No, I know
it
that.
turned into that because they didn't understand what anarchy was, the social agreement. That wasn't something that people had really understood at the time. But you can see that it has nothing. The idea of no government is so scary to people. For whatever reason.
Well,
no, because what's going to stop the bad people from doing bad things?
Makes sense.
Well, I mean, what's going to stop that? You.
How am I going to know if somebody's doing bad? Like, how are people going to know if somebody's being corrupt? How is somebody going to know if a business is fudging numbers? How are you going to know if a business is...
How did they know before?
What do you mean? How do they when?
So who finds out when the government's doing corruption, Mike?
Well, yeah, I'm not saying the government is not doing corruption.
No. Who finds out if the government is doing corruption?
Whistleblowers, people like this.
The citizenry is found out, and the citizenry are the ones who are supposed to hold the government accountable. But, funny enough, the citizenry don't actually have any political real power. They don't have any real hard power because, one, they're too afraid to use it. They don't actually, because they've been giving up their rights for decades. There would be the guiding principle is this. You can't point to me any time where the state kills people. To this day, our government has, just in the last 20 years, has killed 3 or 4 million people in the Middle East. Killed them. Murdered them. Stripped them of their lives. Some of them probably deserved it. Let's say a million. They were the bad guys. But everybody else caught in the crossfire. Children. U.S. citizens. Yes. My friends and my brothers and sisters in arms getting killed because of our corrupt, war profiteering, military industrial complex sent over there by fucking...
So what would you do with the terrorist group? Who would take care of them?
You take care of them. We can come together, Michael. It's like, if there is, right now, you get notification, or let's say people start shooting down your street, a gang of people start coming down your street.
What if it's like the terrorists that are planning things in the dark web or wherever they're planning it, and they're planning to blow up this freaking building? How are you going to know that they're planning it?
Private intelligence agencies, we already have them in the United States. They already exist, but they get to use the government power to stay hidden and to go off. John Brennan, ex-director of the CIA, General McChrystal, Admiral McRaven, ex-Joint Special Operations Command, and Black Ops fucking SAD Division 9. They get to go create their own intelligence agencies while still having government security clearances that allow them to have access to our government, to your information.
So like, these people, these private organizations will still have this information?
No, they wouldn't.
So who's going to stop terrorism?
Because there would be competing intelligence agencies in the United States.
What's going to stop one from being a monopoly?
There is no monopoly.
Why wouldn't there be?
Because there is no ability to be a true monopoly without assistance from the state. You have to have the government to facilitate and support you. Pfizer, for example, right now, Moderna, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson. Listen to me, please.
Yes.
The government has created a monopoly for them. You have to they mandate that you have to have vaccines for your kids to go to school and to college, to be for certain jobs. The current pandemic.
So how does a company like
the federal
Walmart
government hasn't
monopoly?
mandated that. That's incorrect.
So what would stop a company like Walmart
How am I wrong?
from becoming a monopoly?
Who mandates vaccines, Ryan? For
Walmart as a private entity has mandated that it's not the federal government. Amazon.
You are wrong. I'm talking about going to school. Who has to? You even said for your fucking job.
It's not the federal government.
They are the ones who set the fucking NIH,
it's the private
FDA.
healthcare industries who's doing it.
So you know that for a fact? You know that for a fact?
100%.
They don't have to follow. They're not regulated by the federal government?
Well, I don't know about you talking about vaccines in general or this current vaccine.
No, the vaccines in general. You don't know because they are. Because do you know why? Because they get government subsidies and funding. Because that's what happens. That's how things work.
I thought
it's just like
current vaccine.
No, yes, I'm not talking about the current vaccine. But they have created a monopoly. You're crazy because they signed contracts with these companies saying you have no liability. It's okay, no matter what happens.
That is wrong.
And then they say, we're going to buy them, the government, and we're going to hand them out for free. How is that not a freaking state-run monopoly?
Well, that's wrong. Yeah, it's wrong.
I'm telling you.
But then how would a company...
They're not mandating it.
What would you do with Amazon?
You don't have to get
Amazon what? The Amazon
what did they do with Amazon?
Amazon just got paid $10 billion of your tax money because they lost out on a contract.
I know, but what would you do with Amazon taking over monopoly? If you were an anarchist state, what would you do with a company like that?
They would have never been able to become the size that they are without the federal government. That's what you don't understand.
Yeah, but they are there. They are already there now.
What do you mean? How come they wouldn't be able to come without the federal government?
Because of government contracts, man. When they have Amazon Web Services, and then they compete for contracts with the federal government, the federal government, they build out their entire infrastructure and their critical infrastructure for their cyber warfare programs. Like, these guys are only being built up. Like, you'd want to talk about Amazon as online selling and distributing. That is, or online selling, and
I know, so why wouldn't this happen without the federal government? I'm confused.
With certain things, you're not going to stop them, but they would be able to be competitors. Because what the Amazon can do, Amazon can elbow the government and make it harder to start businesses. Go and suppress people. Go and hey, how about this? Okay, as a private company, people have to be able to, for ABC to enter a market, they have to create all these regulations for new businesses. This is how the state runs, dude. They want Amazon to be bigger. They want Facebook and Google to be more powerful because then they can act as an arm of the state, and behind closed doors where you and I can't hear them, the state can say, hey, ban those people.
I know, but why wouldn't this happen without the state? I'm confused on this.
Because there would be no incentive for these companies to act this way. There would be no incentive for them to censor people off the internet.
No, I'm talking about Amazon. There would be incentive for them to become bigger always. They would always.
Why would that be bad? But that doesn't mean that. But there would be no way to limit options. Basically what you want, what you're saying.
They could do that. Amazon could be so big they could just buy all the little companies starting up. They could just buy them out.
But you can't. But guess what? They can't be forced to sell.
Yeah, but they can't. But the offer would be too good that you would have to.
No, you don't have to. You do not have to.
No, I know
It's
that,
a
but
personal choice.
my point is that when a company gets so big as the Amazons, they have other ways besides the federal government to suppress little companies.
But it's all like what? What would you
Like
think?
what I just told you, they could buy companies out all the time.
Okay, but that's not illegal.
It's not. But what I'm
That's a
saying
person
is that
engaging and saying, I want to sell my company because they're offering me a crap ton of money.
Who
If some guy
prevents
walked up,
monopolies?
no one. Who really does?
Well, they're
It
supposed.
was like
well,
when
they're
John.
supposed
It was
to.
it was like when, but they don't. That's my point, dude. That's the trick. You think the government actually cares about you?
No, I
You actually
don't. You're
think
missing the
that.
point.
Why do you always say
I'm
shit
saying
like that?
I'm not saying that our federal government is the best
But that's
government ever. Or it's,
No, but
no,
that's
but what I'm
you're
saying is
assuming.
that
Who's
I'm
going to protect me? Who's going to tell me when companies are being bad? That's what you're saying to me.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Who's gonna do it? Who's gonna be the one? Who's gonna go out there?
The people.
Why? What people?
The people.
What
us.
people? Who?
Us.
Why would they do that? Who's gonna pay them?
No, not pay them. We'll hold them accountable.
Are they just gonna take their own time and out of
No,
their?
they'll just remove themselves from the situation and not use those
You're
products
also
anymore.
counting on the populace to have integrity.
No, I don't trust
Principles.
people. I don't trust people to have integrity.
And
I just
principles.
don't
that- I'm
understand
trusting
who's gonna
that
put
when-
regulations in place for these
it's like-
companies.
It's like Facebook, okay, or Parler and Twitter. Parler popped up because of all the censorship that was going on Twitter's platform. So Parler pops up. What happens? Amazon comes in and shuts them off because once Donald Trump got banned. And what did you
Yeah.
see? What did the government do? What did the government do? Nothing. They did not a damn thing. They didn't do any court cases. Department of Justice didn't step in. FEC, SEC, whoever.
Yeah.
What happened when Robinhood shut down the freaking trading? Just said, nope, you can't buy or sell. You can only sell them. You can't buy them. Screw you.
So that's
What
still going to
happened to
happen
them?
in your system too.
No, it wouldn't. The
Why?
incentive. Oh, okay, it could. It
It
could.
would.
No, it does already. You don't
Yeah,
know
I'm
that.
not saying it doesn't, but who's
What
going to
up?
stop it from?
Because everybody knows the SEC and the FEC, like they're all corrupt. They're all paid off by Wall Street.
No. I get that. I know
So-
they are, but who's going to do it? Who's going to stop that? Why wouldn't that stuff happen in your
So-
system?
so
and
you're
who's
gonna-
gonna stop
I'm
it?
not saying it wouldn't.
You're
I'm
gonna
saying though we have the option to actually go and leave.
But why
We
people
leave.
people have the option to leave too? They don't have to go on Robinhood. Why do
No,
they have to go on Robinhood
don't.
anymore?
Because
Why do you
Robinhood
have to
has
use
a
Robinhood
monopoly
anymore?
on that market. But guess what?
Robinhood
Other
took a
things-
hit.
Robinhood did take a hit. And then people go create other things. But these regulations that are created to hold Robinhood now accountable while they pay their $100 million fee are only going to hurt the quote-unquote little guy because the regulations will be so restrictive. They will be so hard on these new smaller companies that they can't expand. So like this is they don't because like it's the same thing you saw with like Enron, smartest guys in the room. They like were basically cheating with energy and doing all this like crazy stuff. After that, basically a bunch of new companies. It was like really hard to start them to try to replace something like Enron or like what you see like with the banking system of 2008. No one went to jail. No, like those guys still work in the banking industry or they're doing like they all lied. They're all corrupt. Like
Yes,
and it
Dan,
just goes.
I understand
No,
that
but
that's all corrupt, but who's going to put the bankers in the jail when you don't have a state or
We
anybody?
do.
Who?
Us.
Federal governments will be replaced with private institutions, which will still be swayed by private interest.
There is no, but if you only have private interest and not government, not state interest, when it comes to private interest, everybody starts looking at themselves and going, where do I want to put my money? There's no taxes anymore. So there's no one pulling money away from you. There's no, blah, blah, all these things. You're going to be able to actually do what you want. You want to buy 10 guns? You buy 10 guns. Because at the end of the day, the basic foundational principle is that just because you shoot somebody doesn't mean I have my right
Yeah,
to
but I think it would go like this. Like, you would have parts of towns that were super nice and then other parts of towns that were super crappy.
It's already that way, but they
Yeah, but it would
can't
be
get that-
worse.
No, you don't know. You are
No,
saying
because
it would
the
be
poor
worse.
people would not want to fix their roads. They would not.
That's on them.
But then they would
And then
have.
guess what happens? A business guy, maybe a guy from that town, big business dude, comes in and tries to help his community. The thing is, like
No.
these things, Well, you can say no because maybe you're not a good person in that way. That's
most
just not how
people
you
wouldn't do
think.
that.
I don't know how you can say that. That happens all the time. LeBron James just dumped like $30 million to
Yeah,
Akron,
for
Ohio.
taxes and stuff.
Okay, maybe he did because guess what? Government's going to protect the big guy. They're going to protect it for the big guy, right? But they ain't going to protect you and your taxes when you're like, hey, dude, I make like 30 grand a year and I'm just trying to get fucking by.
No, I know that, but I think that you think that people like
I believe people
there's
are
still going to be
are-
bad people.
There always will be, yes. But I would rather there be bad people in companies that we can all band together and go against, where there's like, hopefully they wouldn't have armies and like any of this crazy stuff, which is always a possibility. Absolutely. Things could get bad. But when you have a government, okay, a state, they have, Mike, what are you going to do when the government comes and kicks down your door and takes you away and force, what are you going to
if
do?
a private institution did that?
You call up your boys.
They're not going to let me make a phone call.
No, I think you guys are because like this is like the the way you guys are acting a lot like pro-abortion people, like pro-murder. It's like you can give me a million different like really hypothetical like super emotional scenarios, right?
I'm not giving you anything hypothetical. What I said was clear and concise.
No, those are you gonna say it's not a hypothetical what you're saying? Because technically anarchy has
all of this is a hypothetical, I guess. So
no, what I'm saying is that everything you're talking about already exists in the current system. And if you want to stay in that system, that's fine. That's okay. I'm not saying you're wrong for doing that. I'm like, for me, it's like if you want to live in slavery, if you like that is because I want freedom. I want my freedom. I don't care what you guys want.
So why?
I want my freedom.
Why tear everything down instead of try to improve and heal the institution that we already have presently?
Improve it. How would you improve it?
Well,
where it could never be corrupted again. Like what would be okay?
Possible, but
exactly. So that the thing is, government.
Dan, if you're trying to create a government or a society that has no corruption, you're living a fucking. It's not
about. It's not about. There will be corruption. There will be murder.
Right.
It's not a utopia. But I have my freedoms. I can do what I want. I can defend my family, my property. I don't need the state to do it for me. I can go organize with people and protest Walmart if we don't like what they're doing.
But guess what?
You can now.
Hold on, but you can't. You cannot.
What do you mean you cannot?
Okay, Ryan, what were you going to do when the government shut down your country and all the small businesses, and now you can't shop anywhere but Walmart? Huh? Like we did, Target.
What are you talking about?
They just did it all last year, dude. You can't go to small businesses. You couldn't protest Walmart. You couldn't protest Target. Because you know what happens? You can't go food now. You can't shop.
So what would you do if that situation happened in Anarchy State? If there was a huge pandemic?
There would be no. People do what they want. They want to go out and do their own risk just like you did. You were like, hey, I'm my own person. If I want to go take a risk, I will. I will go out without a mask if I want to. You're an anarchist, but you just I think you guys look at the state as such a foundational principle to our existence that it literally says in our Constitution.
No, because I just see the need for it in some situations.
In what situation? You're talking about regulating companies. People can regulate companies.
No. And just in certain public like utilities and things like this.
Those things.
The world stage.
Just without it. Why? Do you think why does no one attack Switzerland? They have no army.
Oh, they're little.
Yeah, but they have a federal government.
They have no army. They have no standing army.
What's stopping the
CCP from going in there just like, you guys got no army, bro? We're just going to take you on.
Nothing.
Exactly.
So I'm talking about just
Europe would probably step in.
Well, why would Europe step? Because they have a vested interest. They want to protect them.
Yeah, but who's going to want to if China invaded us?
But guess what, dude? Who would invade us when we have we own 60% of the guns in the world? We're talking about.
But if we're not formed and there's no formal training, and what do you mean they would just wipe us out?
Do you think
we would be like deers in a headlight?
You think they're that good?
I think that they would be that good if you would just had a bunch of militia people. Yeah, they could totally.
No, I disagree in a lot of ways. I think people could still get together, train, organize, have militias. People could still do those things. Those things could still happen. Those things would happen.
What's going to
Like,
stop
that'd be
the
fine.
rest of the world from?
Why would they do it? Why would they come?
How would they?
No.
coordinate
My
this one?
point is, what's going to stop the rest of the world from imposing heavy regulation on trade and other things on this anarchist state? Like what?
There is no state. It's not a state.
Well, you know what I mean.
This anarchist, it's a social agreement. It's a place.
Yeah, but what if Europe
what-
refuses to trade? What do we do?
Then you don't trade with them,
What if you need resources?
and then we trade with other countries like we would do. You trade, you do things, you get stuff
Like,
done.
what if we
I mean,
were treated like Cuba
then we were treated like Cuba, but wouldn't have to.
or Iran?
Cuba has a state. Cuba has a state government. Do you know we can trade with Cuba? The embargo is only on the government, but the government owns 51% of all the companies, at least. Well, they actually own probably 100%. But that's the embargo. We can trade with Cuba. We can trade with those businesses. They are just owned by the government, which maybe I could argue there could be a disagreement there. But it's like you're talking about things that, like, no offense, but like you need to read more about. Like, these things are way more complicated and way more nuanced. Communism goes back all the way to the 30s and stuff, where like our Office of Special Investigations.
But
like-
you haven't answered. Like,
Look, what would happen?
We would come
Cuba
right
dead?
back where we are now.
Okay, maybe we would.
I feel like it's just the natural progression of things.
Sure.
In every great society.
Every great society. What makes our society so much better than anybody else's? I don't know.
I mean, why? What the fuck are you doing? What are you talking about?
The principles, we've lost our foundational principles. What we started.
Western society is objectively some of the greatest societies in human history.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
Dan.
As
Okay,
far
what
as
is-
population health, access to resources, and stuff.
Well, I mean, that you could argue with the Moors in the Middle East and the Muslims, but back in the
Oh, yeah.
they were at the pinnacle of their advancement. China is
Okay,
definitely
but that's
not
you're
a
not-
Western country.
That doesn't refute the point that Western civilization societies are great societies.
It's not about them being great or bad society. It doesn't mean they're not still in shitty places. The people.
We're much better off than any other country.
Well, yeah, but like, okay, one form of slavery for another is still slavery.
What do you mean? What slavery are you talking about?
Well, like how like
Nobody's going to
taxes.
force you to do anything.
No one's gonna force. Really?
Yeah, you don't
No-
have to
no
pay
one's-
taxes.
No one's gonna force me to only shop at Walmart, Target, Sam's Club.
What do you mean?
Oh, my
you,
God.
had, you had
My-
Amazon. You had
My
Whole
government.
Foods.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. But I couldn't go to you. You know, Mike. It's because you didn't have a business. I guess you probably feel a lot
No,
different.
Dan,
The government shut you down.
You're
It's
trying to
like,
say that our society is so bad when it's not. There's way worse societies.
You're-
China were bolting people in their damn houses
Yes, they
and
were.
welding people in.
Yes, they were. So I'm not trying to say that we are like China, but to pretend that we're not almost as bad as China in different ways.
We're nowhere near as bad.
3.5, 4 million people in 20 years, we decided to obliterate off the face of the earth, but they had no standing armies, no ability to defend themselves. You think that makes us the good guys?
And we are nowhere near as bad as
I
China.
mean, who's defending that? That's what I don't
No.
understand. Who's defending that?
China kills their own people. They kill their own people, what they see as their own people over in that region. No one does anything. That's awful. It's terrible. But saying that while we commit genocide overseas, while we topple dictators, quote
Yeah,
unquote,
awful.
dictators. Huh?
Awful. It's awful. I feel like a lot of people would, a lot of Americans share that same sentiment.
Like, have you ever listened to Gaddafi? Ryan has.
I have.
Does that make you a terrorist? Did he sound like a crazy guy? I don't know him personally, but he was calling out our government, saying a lot of crazy shit.
Well, I don't know the deep history on Gaddafi. I'm sure he wasn't that great of a fella.
No, he probably, but maybe he was, maybe he wasn't. How do you know, Mike? Do you know why you feel this
I don't
way?
know. I don't even know who you're talking
Why do you
about.
feel this way?
No, Dan, you feel
You
that
got-
you said that we're like not a great society or we're
No,
not.
it's not. We are a great society. We're the best on earth. Why would you not want to make it better? Why would you not want to take
No,
a
I do
chance
want to make it better.
on
I just
our-
don't,
on
I
our
just don't agree with
country?
your way of making it better.
No, but
And I'm
what
allowed
is
to
your
not
way?
agree with that.
What is your way?
But you
Because
want to
my
tear
way-
it down.
I'll tell you
Listen,
my way.
I never said tear. It doesn't exist.
You want to
It's not
remove all
tearing it down.
institutions.
No, yeah, no. Like, you think Harvard's a good place?
At one point, Harvard was probably
Why
a fantastic
couldn't
place.
Harvard
Really?
exist
When?
in an anarchy state?
I have no idea. I don't know, Dan. probably in the 20s.
What, when they created the eugenics stuff and they
Why
inspired
couldn't
Hitler
Harvard
and
exist?
Margaret Sanger and
Why
and
are you
abortion?
saying Harvard couldn't exist?
No, they could exist.
Have good
I
things
just don't-
not come from Harvard?
I don't like them. I don't know. There's some things, sure. But what we did is you could ask Thomas Sowell. Thomas Sowell, I think, is a pretty good person on this. He talks about it. He goes, we view, like, it basically started in, the turn of the century, where we viewed intellect as more important than actual hard work. Why would we keep listening to all these elite institutions that have got us to where we are today?
It's a good point. No, I'm not saying that they've become corrupt because the university is at the foundation of universities. They're there to educate and teach and encourage conversation and free thinking.
Have that.
I assume at one point maybe, not today.
But listen, what we're talking about is they created different classes of people, and they're trying to keep you down. And my main thing is this: you can't reform Harvard. You can't reform these places.
Why not?
They can change. They can do this.
Why can't you reform them?
Well, how would you reform Harvard? Fire everybody?
Hold them accountable.
How?
I don't know, Dan. I'm literally thinking I'm not going to be able to give you an answer on how to fix every problem.
It's not easy, is it? It's not easy, is it? When people just start doing.
I know. Well, why would your way?
Well, you're the one. You're the one proposing this.
You guys asked me. I wasn't even talking about anarchy. That got brought up to me.
Well, I'm sick of fucking talking about anarchy. I tell you that.
No, I'm just saying that I don't agree with that way.
Okay, fine. What way would you think is better?
I honestly would be to not let the federal government have so much control.
Okay, how would you do it? What would you do? What would you do?
Through the system that we have in place now, through voting, through getting good people in, and trying to have them.
And you have more faith.
Themselves.
You have more faith in these people that you vote in than me or your neighbor.
Yes.
That's the problem.
Because my neighbor or whoever else may be out there, there's a lot of bad people in the world, and I don't just trust people to do the best things out of their hearts.
You're gonna pick a guy.
There's a lot of good people, but there's a lot of bad people too.
No, you're
wrong. A lot of corrupt people.
There's amazing people on this earth.
And there's a lot of corrupt people.
There's more good than bad. There's a lot of people
that will do things for money.
There's more good than bad. And the good always will win. And when you have a government that is there that can kill the good people at whim. Because you know what this was a testing ground for this whole last year? You got to see what side of the fence you're going to be on. That's what that.
So you're almost like an Antifa.
No.
Why? You're anti anybody having any power.
I'm pro you having all the power for your family, for yourself, for your own decisions. No government should be able to come in and tell you what to do. That's all I want.
Yeah, but Antifa has the same thing. They're against governments coming in and telling you what to do.
I've read the Antifa handbook. No, I've read the Antifa handbook. You're wrong. I'm sorry.
Well, what am I wrong about?
Well, they want all the power for themselves. They don't want it for individuals.
Yeah, but they say that they don't want anyone telling them what to do.
No, them. I'm saying me or you.
Well, yeah, but they mean the people. That's what they mean.
No, they don't. Michael, I read their handbook. I'm telling you.
Okay, well, tell me what their handbook said. Because what I read was different.
about reforming, which is what Ryan wants to do. Reforming.
Don't lump me in with it.
No,
just because I said the word reform and they said the word reform.
Such a sensitive little boy. I'm just talking
about.
How
am I sensitive?
Reform.
How's that mean?
This is what they want to do, and
that's how you change things, Dan. Reformation.
No, you don't.
You ever heard of Lutheranism?
Antifa is anti-fascism.
That's not true. Listen. Because whatever they oppose is they view as fascism. That's just the way it is.
No, they're not a good representation of.
Listen, no, but they want to reform our system by tearing it down and then building it back up to the image that they see it.
Sounds like you.
That's their version of reform. No, I don't want to build it back up to be anything. I don't want to build it back up. I don't want to have any power structures that control anybody. I just want people to be able to do what they want. and live the way that they do. And like people go, well, how would you deal with property rights? Yeah, it's called arbitration. How would you deal with quote unquote law enforcement? I believe you could still have like some sort of private security firm that would have no arresting powers or no. All they would do is come in and investigate things.
So what would you do with bad people? I'm confused on this.
Bad people? You could have prisons still. There'd be private prisons that you could.
No one can arrest anybody.
They're private now.
Huh? No, there are private.
Dan, who do you call? Let's say if your husband's beating the crap out of you.
Go to your neighbor.
What if you don't have any neighbors? You live 20 miles out in the boondocks.
Then you get out of there.
What if you can't? He locks you up in a room.
Then you kill him.
Dan, what if you can't?
I mean, but Mike, that happens anyway.
Everyone should have a gun out of them at all times.
No, but okay.
I know it happens anyways, but the point is that there are people that if someone does find out about it,
Michael, you're acting like it doesn't
somebody.
happen. Yes, Mike, you can still call people. You think technology just disappears because there's no government to run it? Huh?
Who are you going to call?
You can call a private security service. Why not? Hey, I need help.
Who's going to pay for them? What if you have no money?
Do they have a
fundraising and arbitration? You can figure it out, I'm sure. There's charity out there. You start GoFundMe. You're like, listen, and you show a picture of your bloodied up, beat up face. You have like, you can see a doctor.
That's not how that works.
Things would probably be cheaper. It'd probably be a lot cheaper.
Abuse in relationships.
What? How am I simplifying?
Oversimplifying. It's not just as simple as you think that people just get away. Think it's that simple.
Well, I said they could call somebody. They could call the private security service.
What do you do if someone's abusing their children?
Same thing. People find out. They go investigate. They remove the person from the home.
Who's going to investigate? Why are you allowed on my house now?
You investigate with private. You investigate with private security firms.
Yeah, but it's
why would I let them on my property? They're on my property. I shoot them.
You could do that, and they have the right to shoot back because they're defending themselves.
No, it's not in the eyes of the community. Not in your.
Why not? Well,
because it's your property.
It's a social agreement.
Maybe
there would be some sort of arbitration where you can't come armed. I don't know.
Overstepping the boundaries on my private rights on my property.
Yep.
This private institution.
Yes. And if they have enough, like I guess evidence or whatever you want to call it, I don't know how that.
Well, what if they don't know how they don't have the evidence yet? They've just heard rumors. People have called, but at the same time, people have called falsely too on people.
Yes.
Where there hasn't been any of that going on. So what would you do?
I don't know how that situation would be handled, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I don't have all the answers. I haven't thought about that one.
I'm sure it'd be very similar to how the police would handle it.
Honestly. No, but you just wouldn't have the state. There would be no state that can throw you in jail immediately without, just blah, blah, blah. Like, it would be like, we have to actually do some investigating. We actually have to look into stuff. We actually have to have concrete evidence.
But the state is supposed to do that now.
Okay, well, I don't know what to tell you. They don't.
I know, but why would these companies do the investigation?
Because they have money invested in them. They're going to be like, hey, this person paid me $200 to go check on this family. I get paid X amount per hour. I'm getting paid good. And that would also incentivize companies to pay people better, because then they would be like, okay, if we pay them good enough, which is eventually why cops try to get paid more, because then they were less likely to be corrupted. They got overtime, better wages. By the mob or whatever, they would less likely to take pay from them. But these things, is like, I don't know how you would deal with every single situation. All I'm saying is I just want more freedom. And if I want more
freedom too.
But I don't understand why you need to tear down the institutions.
I never said tear it down. I just don't think it should exist. And if they ended up, going away, that'd be great.
Is this gonna disappear?
Yeah, just disappear. There's be buildings, empty halls, no real power. I mean, the thing is, like, you guys don't we do live in an anarchy, kind of a little bit already.
I mean, I see your point. I see your perspective, and I agree with a lot of what you're saying. I just don't agree.
But you guys want daddy government. I get it. It's security. It makes you feel good.
Daddy
makes you feel safe.
But I think there are functions that are
okay. Necessary. That's fine.
Yes, I believe in certain functions.
While they go watch Fantastical Lies on ESPN 30 for 30 about the Duke lacrosse team, and go tell me if that was a fair and equal. They got lucky that they had the resources. How many poor people are thrown into jail because they don't have an option?
I know, but Dan, why? My whole thing is these things would still happen.
No, Michael, but there would be no state to make that these things would not happen. Someone could not just claim something and then there's political will, there's like, something to gain from it. There's something like people can be like, "Oh, I'm going to look great in the news. Look at me getting all this attention."
Why
like,
wouldn't that still exist?
Because there would there would be no judicial system. Not in this current formation of how they have it today.
So how would you?
What I'm saying is, I don't know what the alternative is yet. I've kind of been exploring these ideas pretty recently, but until you guys go do the studies yourself and research stuff yourself, and actually take it upon yourself, and not try to have me explain everything for you, which is like I'm not going to do it always right. I'm not always going to get it right. I'm kind of new to this in the last 5 months, 6 months or so. So it's like I don't have all the answers. I don't know if there is any particular answer, and that's the point, is that even the government doesn't have the answers. And why do we continue? It's just like back in the day. Do you think we should go back to a monarchy where it's like, well, that worked too at one point. It was okay, I guess, but we evolved. We made a new system. And then in the United States, we were like, okay, we're going to do something radical. We're gonna kill a bunch of British people, get them off our land, and we're going to start over. That was super radical. People were not, you guys are loyalists right now, to me. Like, this is what it sounds like. You're like loyal to the state. You're loyal to the government. You're like, no, like I still believe in them. They've made mistakes. I can tell you how I feel. Can I? Is that not what I say? This is how I feel about what you guys are saying?
No, you're telling me how I feel about it.
No, I'm saying this is what you view. I view
this
you.
This is what we sound like to him.
Yeah, like if you would just listen. So I'm saying like you guys are like literally seeming like the loyalists, how the loyalists were acting towards the British. Like, no, daddy government, please don't leave. We need you. Like the king is important. That's the divine connection to God. And then the founders had a radical idea and said, no, divinity does not rely with the government. It relies with each and every individual. They're the divine. The government is there to protect the divine, which is the individual. Because we're all made in the image of God.
That's a wild misinterpretation of how I feel, though.
I'm not saying that's how you feel. I'm saying that's how I view you.
But
how do you not understand that?
But you're incorrect.
Oh my God!
Wrong.
I can't be. It's called. I can't be wrong. It's called subjective. I'm being subjective about how I see you.
Yeah, about how he views.
I know. I understand, but it's wrong. But it is wrong.
It's not wrong. I can't be wrong when it comes to being subjective. I believe that you guys are loyal to the state. That's fine. That's your right. I have no problem to it. But if you still trust the state after this last year, and you still trust the police, and you still trust these people that have terrorized us this whole last year, I don't know what else they can do to prove to you that they're wrong.
I don't think you might trust them. We don't trust them
at all.
So if you don't trust it, then why have it?
It's the individuals in power who I don't trust. It's not the institution. It's not the ideal of what America represents.
Yes, that's perfect. He just said it perfect.
Okay.
So you're acting.
He just said it perfect. That was great.
So you're acting like.
So you want to keep giving.
You're fantastical. Whatever.
The founding fathers were told they were fantastical. It couldn't happen, and it happened. So,
yeah, but they were under an oppressive regime.
Are we not?
We do have the ability more so than them to enact change and reform our government.
Do we? Do we?
Yes. Absolutely.
They couldn't vote in local laws and ordinances?
Due to them. Due to what they did in 1776 and before that. Absolutely. They laid the foundation and the principles for us to build upon and strengthen. But like you've said, we've allowed the federal government to proliferate, gain more power, take more rights from us. That's
what about California?
What about California?
But they're a state government.
Don't live there, Dan.
What do you mean?
As that.
What about California?
Oh, so that's what I'm saying. It's an anarchic principle. Don't live in that place because it's violent, because it's bad. You have the right to move. It's the same thing. All I'm saying is dissolve everything, and then people will still be doing the same exact things that they're doing now, and then they can just move. Like if it gets violent,
so why would that be a better system?
You move. It's not about it being. It's more free. It's not about better. It's not about safer. It's not about security. It's about freedom. Freedom only. Freedom. Civil rights. My choice.
My issue is it's such a dramatic resolution to the issue instead of trying to go into local governments, try to enact change. You act like that's not possible. That's not where change begins.
It is not possible.
It is possible.
There has never been a period in U.S. history where that was true.
What?
Where it was good.
Where what was good?
Since the formation of our government.
What, local communities and local governments?
No, there was never been a time in U.S. history where our governments were ever good. What I mean by that is...
What are you talking about?
Well, okay, Ryan, what was the first sedition laws where you can't speak against the government passed? Who passed the law? Can you guess how early?
Yeah, hold on. I'm trying to think of the people. John Adams.
Yes. John Adams, second president, said you can't speak against me.
Yeah, that's absolutely
Is that
wrong.
against the First Amendment?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, it was unconstitutional.
Yeah, but we do it today.
But listen,
We're doing it now.
no, we can't.
What do you mean we're doing it now?
You can't do a call to violence to the government. Not a true call to violence.
Well, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Why
don't I have the right to do that?
What what's the word? What collective of individuals would allow that to happen? Like, why? I can't go down the street and whack my neighbor.
No, I'm saying with my speech.
Yeah, that's wrong.
Why is that wrong?
No, I'm saying it's wrong that they would disallow that.
Yeah, why can't I say, A, B, C, D, I brought my government and use violent terms? I can't.
Like, fuck the government?
No, violent.
He's talking about kind of like what they said Trump did.
No, even worse than that. If Trump actually told them to go do it, and then they did.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Like if he actually a call to action.
Yeah, but isn't that what they're saying that he did?
No.
Yeah, but that's what Antifa and Black Lives Matter do.
They're saying he instigated. He got them all riled up with his very fiery words and speech.
Antifa and Black Lives Matter do that.
They do, and they're not even being
arrested.
held.
Well, they're actually arrested and then let out.
And once again, the state is the person that assists violence.
They're failing. Yeah, but they're failing.
No, oh God, but the reason why they're failing, the reason why is because then the state will arrest Kyle Rittenhouse for defending himself. That's the state for you. Because of what? Pressure. Because of political pressure. Because the guy was a Democrat. Because they're like, hey, we're going to be in power, dude. Like, blah, blah, blah. Like, hey, like, you better do what we tell you to. Don't call in the National Guard. Oh, you know what they're going to do? They're going to go protect they're going to go protect their little courthouse while everyone's small businesses get burned to the ground. You guys still believe in the state? That's fine. I respect that. I don't.
Well, that's a misallocation of resources.
It's not.
I don't agree with that.
Misallocation would mean by accident. Almost. Like, I did this by accident when I hear that. When it's like they deliberately, misallocation would be like misplacing. I don't know where it went, how it happened. This was poorly planned. It was absolutely intentional what they did, Ryan. It was intentional. It was designed.
I know, but Dan, even in your situation, if you're a small shop and there was riots going on.
The act or an instance of misallocating something.
That does not, it's the same word. So what is misallocating? It's misuse. It's misuse, right? Is that really what it is? Like is that like a synonym or whatever?
Well, let's see what allocate means.
But
I know I'm using it.
The bigger companies could
distribute for a particular purpose. Allocate, misallocate.
So if there was riots going on,
purpose, so they did not they allocated deliberately. Misallocate would mean you sent them to the wrong place. Go ahead.
But even in your state, that would still happen because there would be bigger companies being able to afford to protect their buildings.
You're wrong.
Through the private.
Right. You're so
through
right.
the private
so smart.
Just look
security.
It up.
So smart, dude. What is it?
Hold on. You're splitting hairs. Well, you're calling me wrong.
I'm not calling you wrong. I said to me, if you would listen to my words.
Miss means wrongly.
Yes, wrongly.
right?
Right?
They
Wrongly
wrongly allocated their resources to
No,
the
no, no,
federal
no. I
courthouse
understand what you're
instead of
saying, but
equally distributing it throughout the
what did
community.
I
It's a
say?
misallocation of resources.
I don't think that's misallocation. I think they were allocated in the position they wanted them to be. They wanted them at their fucking little precious building instead of the town. That's what I said. And then you're like, well, technically. I'm like, yes, the word may be technical. I was just saying, I believe that's a stupid phrase because it's not misallocation. It's they put them in the place they specifically wanted.
What do you mean it's wrongly?
It's not to you, it's wrong. I'm talking to the state. To you, it's misallocation. To the state, it wasn't.
Okay.
Right? Because the state put them there. So they allocated their resources where they saw fit. That's the problem. Because now it's not about you, it's about the state. That's what I'm talking about. And Mike, when it comes to security firms and bigger and badder and stronger than two smaller firms come together and they form a bigger firm. And then they're like, hey, fuck you. Just like
No. What I was saying, if you're a little company and you couldn't afford to hire the private security people,
you're fucked.
No, you don't hire them. They're like on call when you need them, right?
Who pays them?
No, listen. You could have like this armed security guard, like blah, 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 like all souped up stuff. If you're a small business and you're like, hey, I just got broke into. I have security footage. I have all this stuff.
No. There was like a riot going on, like in like the streets.
You defend it yourself?
What if there's too many people and they overrun you?
And then you die like it would happen right now because that's what life?
Why am I going to die over a piece of...
You think the police protected small businesses?
No, I'm saying they didn't, but in your situation, they wouldn't either.
Why are we having this conversation then?
We're having the
conversation. Something that already happens in the world that we live in, because I can't tell you. I'm not saying it would be better. I'm not saying it would be safer. I'm saying it would be more free. That's it. More free. For me, for you, for everybody.
Yeah, but there'd be other... You don't take into account any of the people that need help.
We could help them. It's called charity. We did it for a long time. Before governments, after governments, charity. We always helped like-minded people. But now that we have like the resource, technology, GoFundMe's, like we do it already. We give millions of dollars to people who got shot in the back by police. Overnight, basically. We can help people. The government shouldn't force you to help people. That is called... The government should not be a moral standard because they're not moral. The government is not a moral guiding light through the storm, Michael.
No, but they do help people that can't help themselves sometimes.
No, we do. It's us. We're the ones that do it. When you see a person that's broken down on the side of the road and their tires popped or something, you go stop and you say hi. Start caring about your local community because that's really what matters.
Yeah, that's what Ryan said.
No, I just don't think the government needs to be there to do it. I think people do it on their own. Because we always look to the police. Oh, I got to call the state. The police don't work for you, bro.
I don't ever look for the police for anything. I don't ever call them. But I'm just saying, if I ever needed them, I would want them there.
Well, then get armed.
Dan, sometimes people don't want to get into a physical altercation.
And then they will die.
Over something stupid. Over something stupid.
Okay, then don't get in a physical
altercation. But if somebody's trying to impose themselves on you, or if somebody's trying to break into your house.
But the government can do it, and that's okay.
Yeah, because you call them and you say, because they're going to come, they're going to be prepared, they're going to have more people, they're going to have more equipment.
So maybe you should be more prepared, have more equipment.
I can't be prepared for everything, Dan.
And neither can the government.
Dan, what if you're a woman? What if you're children? What do you do? I don't understand your point.
A woman and a children, they exist with or without the government. What does that matter?
Because these kind of people or handicapped people can call the police if they need them.
So maybe if you took your wife to the gun range, got her trained, you guys did stuff together like that, you did whatever.
Dan, I have a perfect example. I'm not going to mention any names.
Uh-huh.
We got a call that somebody was hurting somebody else far away.
Okay.
We cannot go there.
I know what you're talking about. Is this
No.
something I know?
No, you don't know.
Oh, okay.
We got a call. Somebody hurting somebody from far away.
Uh-huh.
Nobody can go there. It's too far away. The time you get there to be too late.
Uh-huh.
That's when you call the police, and that's what we
Okay.
did. And they showed
Okay,
up
so-
and intervened.
Okay. You can call a private security firm, and then they go intervene.
They're going to have a different number in that area. How are you going to find the number? It's going to be so complicated. It's going to be
Mike,
this whole thing.
how do you do it now?
911, Dan.
Yeah, but do you know what happens? What happens if you can't call the? It's not an emergency, but you got to call. Like, trust me, it's not hard. You just look up the
911.
number.
It's called 911.
I know. Well, why couldn't there be a 911 to a security firm? And it just goes to your nearest security firm, and then same thing.
Because what if that security firm down there doesn't like this one over here, or whatever, the vice versa?
Do police departments just kill each other? Is that what they do because they work in different counties? Do they
No,
just like
but
go
why
around
would they want to
roving
work
mobs
together?
just-
Why would a security firm in the rich neighborhood over here want to work with a poorer county over here?
Who said that they would?
Why
work
would
together?
they? Why
do-
would they want to? Why would
The
they be like,
police
no?
barely
keep
work
stuff-
together. Now, listen, man, you're like just saying stuff that is like, yes, that's awful. Like the police showed up good. They did their job. Fine, I guess. Cool. Those are gonna be the same people that throw you in jail. So
I understand that, but there's those people there because that person.
I just think you're wrong. I just think you're wrong. And you need to. I personally, man, like I just think it's like if when you read history enough, and you actually look back and you say, dude, it's.
I think
pretty
you're wrong
freaking
about
gross.
people just always being so nice to each other and everything.
I know. Did I say they were? It wouldn't
No,
be.
but I
safer.
just think that you
better,
think that
would be
people
more
would
secure.
always. People wouldn't
Yes,
act corruptly, or people
I
wouldn't do mean
think-
things to other people.
Why are you saying I did? I say they wouldn't? No, I said they would. They absolutely would. They absolutely would. Well, you want to give it all to a few people, and I want to give it to everybody. You want to give it to just those 500 some odd people in the government. That's all you want to give it to. You want to give them all that power, all of it, and then you're down here like
Yeah, but
that's
current-
it.
No.
but in our current state right now, I can be armed. I can help my neighbor.
Yeah, right now. Why
Yeah,
can't
so
they
I do
pass a
have the
law?
power.
Why can't they pass a law and take it away?
They can, but they haven't.
What are you going to do then?
We'll talk about
Protest.
Huh?
Protest.
Protest while you have no guns? Because they just came and removed them all from you overnight? Broke
My
into
Second
your
Amendment,
home?
Dan.
I
I
don't
have an
think-
amendment.
You act like it
Guys.
will just happen like this.
Oh, yeah, it's called, what about the eviction moratorium? Where
Oh,
overnight,
Gross.
you guys don't have to pay rent, and screw
Gross.
you,
Gross.
guys. Screw
Gross.
them. So
Gross.
why can't they, like, you guys, like, there's so many examples throughout history, like, and you just, like, in our own country, recently, and you guys
I know, but
still-
so why wouldn't you want
I
to
don't
make
know.
something better? Why do you just want to make it the
you
same?
can't make it better. It's impossible. You can't.
So why change the anarchy if it's not going to make it better?
No, I'm not changing. It doesn't change. Anarchy is. It's just social agreement between everybody. Just, hey, you do you, I'll do me. See you later. That's it. And then if you come and fuck with me, then I'm gonna fuck back with you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
it's not what's stopping you from doing that. It's still a social agreement now.
No, yes, I live in anarchic principles myself.
I think most people do.
Exactly. We don't need the government. That's my point. We don't. Those things are anarchy. When
Okay,
you're
that's-
driving, there's not police on every single corner in every single place. So when you're just driving down the street, what stops you from just shooting people?
Nothing.
Because you're a good person. Because you're just a good guy. You're just normal. You just want to go home and see your family. You just want to do things. You know? Even the billionaires like want to just buy their fancy homes and chill out, fuck around, like, and go like do blow and bang hookers and fly around the world. Like that's just what they want to do. You know? They just want to like make their companies bigger. Yeah, some of them pollute. It's gross. It's bad. It happens with or without government. It is. But the government are the ones who disarm their people, so that they can't defend themselves against corporations. It's the government that does that.
Anyways, are you guys excited about football?
I'm so sick of talking about anarchy.
Yeah,
Well,
let's change
don't
it.
bring it up. You guys brought it up.
No, I brought it
didn't.
up because I just wanted to see what we got done with it. But anyway, it's a football season.
No, I'm not. I'm not watching it this year. I don't think
Why?
they're just too woke, man. It's too much woke crap.
It's the
I'm just
same
kind of
shit
over
that they
it.
did last season.
Yep, and I
Nothing's
think I'm.
changed.
Why? What are they doing now?
I definitely will not
At
watch it the right
every
way.
flagship game, they're playing the Black National Anthem before the National Anthem.
Yeah, I'm just kind of over it, man. I just honestly, I'm like, whatever. I
They're
want
gonna
them
have the names of victims of
George Floyd and all these.
brutality on their helmet. It's the same shit they did last season.
Yeah, I'm just kind of whatever. I don't want to watch it. I don't care. I like the UFC. That's my sport now.
What about
I
you,
think
Ryan?
Oh
UFC 's
yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. Ready
Yeah.
to go. Did you see this shirt?
I see it. Who do you think's going to be starting QB for the Patriots?
Oh, Cam Newton, 100%.
Me too.
I think Cam will be out mid-season.
I don't know.
I think if he gets rolling, he'll stay in.
If they're winning, yeah, no.
They were
Cam's
winning
gonna
with
have a good
Bledsoe.
year.
They were going to remove him.
What?
They were planning on removing Drew Bledsoe for Tom Brady before they were you know what I mean? Before he got injured.
You sure?
100%. You can. I swear to God, that's true. You can look it up yourself.
Talking about the man they paid $100 million. They're just gonna replace him with the dude they drafted in the 6th round, who's like.
Mm-hmm. It was his second season.
I think they're going to have Cam Newton play this season.
I'm sorry if you don't know actual Patriot history, guys, but that's true.
I've never heard that.
Well, I'm sorry that
Have
you've
you
never
heard that,
it.
Michael? Did you know Drew Bledsoe is going to be replaced midway through the season?
They did not want to have another
Even
debacle
though
like
he
they
was
did at
injured in the second
Browns.
week.
They didn't want to have a debacle like the Browns. In training camp, he was killing it. In summer camp, spring training, he was killing it. Tom was firing on all cylinders. Drew was looking sluggish, a little slow. You can look it up yourself. I mean, you can literally type that in on your computer right now and you'll find it. So, it's really easy. It's actually pretty well documented. And
I have no idea. I've never heard.
Belichick was a little Tom looks good.
No, but this situation is a little bit different. I think they would play if Mac Jones was looking that good. I think they would play him over Cam right away.
Yeah, I do too.
Well, he's not looking that good. Neither is Cam. So.
Why? Cam's not looking good?
Oh no.
I thought he was.
He did for one practice, but the most recent one they both sucked.
Dude, listen.
Unless it's changed today, I don't know.
UFC is the only thing that matters, dude. They're America. They actually love America.
Did you watch that?
Now.
Did you watch that fight, Dan?
Yes. Did you?
I did.
Dude,
I didn't watch it live.
With the Uriah Hall fight?
Uriah Hall got freaking.
No, not Uriah Hall. AJ McCowan versus.
Oh no, I didn't watch that shit, dude. I only watch Pro America. They're pro communism. They support China. Yeah,
Who?
they give money to the Chinese.
Bellator?
Yeah.
Bellator?
So yeah.
They give money to the Chinese government?
Their founder is Chinese or whatever or something.
Oh, well, fucking go figure then.
Yeah, no, I'm just kidding. I really don't know that. I didn't watch it though.
Oh.
Oh, I that's what I saw. Everybody on Twitter was saying they were talking shit about UFC because Bellator had such a hot.
Yeah, I guess it was.
Fight.
Well, it was a big fight. It was a big fight.
Yeah, but you're talking a fight night UFC versus Bellator top.
Well, yeah, you're talking about a washed out.
Uriah
Hall that people were overhyping because he beat old champions.
Dude, Uriah Hall is a fucking beast. That guy.
I like him. He seems like a really nice guy.
Heart of stone. That guy is so hard.
Did he survive?
Yeah, I don't know how.
So he made it through decision.
He was done after the first round. Done.
Yeah, when I saw that highlight of him getting basically knocked
Ryan, that
out,
was 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah.
Dude, and he still went back. He was doing this every time he came out of the corner. And you're like, oh, this dude is fucked.
He looked like he has some fucking terminal disease. He looked awful.
His face, dude, he was standing there and his eyes were super puffy. And he's just standing there and he's like, ugh. Just shit. Just like shit, dude. You're like, oh, man. That's a bad day.
I think that Bellator has some good 145ers and 155ers.
Mike, no one gives a shit about Bellator.
They're good fighters over there, Dan.
Why, Dan? They're like the anarchists of the UFC, of fucking MMA,
Ryan,
man.
you actually think you know what you're talking about and you just say stuff that's stupid.
I'm just fucking kidding. Jesus.
I'm just kidding. God.
Sensitive boy.
No, they have good fighters.
Well, yeah. I'm sure
Patricius Pitbull and AJ, what's his name? Those people would probably beat a lot of people in the UFC.
Well, then send them over. Let's go.
I wonder if they're gonna cross, or that's just never. That's not
I think they already use it as a farming league. They just pull their champions. They
Bellator.
Yeah, they farm them. That's
Where
all
did Ben Askren come from?
UFC 1.
No, one. Yeah, one. That's where
Yeah.
Mighty Mouse went to one as well.
Yeah.
You know,
And they have a lot of good fighters too.
they do, but there's nothing better than a UFC, like a real UFC night, like when it's like, oh yeah,
Yeah. But that
yeah.
doesn't mean there's not other good fighters.
But have you ever watched like a Bellator fight card?
I
Yeah.
honestly, I've watched like one.
Are they just as
Where
like
can you watch it
entertaining?
at? Where can you watch it at?
I watch it online.
Yeah, but like, where can you really watch it at?
I'm not sure.
Probably.
ESPN maybe actually.
Can you watch it? I don't think you can. I don't think
Talking about
ESPN.
Well,
owns-
ESPN had an interview with them, so I don't know.
Oh, did you see how the SEC is suing ESPN?
Why?
Like the NCAA.
The college? The college football. Because
Why are they suing them?
Because I guess ESPN was working behind the scenes to like screw them over, so they're like trying to get released from their contract or
Oh, I
something.
wonder if it had, probably has something to do with airing stuff.
Yeah, no, they own the rights to air their games. ESPN does,
Oh.
and they tried to screw them on something. I didn't read the lawsuit or anything, but I looked into it a little bit. It seems pretty crazy. Oh, by the way, seriously, if you do have ESPN. Go watch the 30 for 30 Fantastical Lies. I think it came out like a year ago. It is so crazy. It is so
What's it
freaking.
about?
You know about it. Remember 2006, I think it was, 2006 Duke lacrosse team?
Oh
And-
yeah.
Like the
Like,
whole
they-
team, right?
Well, like, yeah, like they all had a house party. The strippers
Yeah, I
came.
remember that. That was right when I was playing
Said she
lacrosse.
was sexually assaulted. Oh, you guys don't. If you guys don't know, I don't want to ruin it. Just go watch it because you're like, oh shit. This is like, and
Were they
it's a
framed?
perfect. I don't want to ruin it. Like, go watch it and you go, oh, that's how they like. The media is so nasty. Like, you're like, oh, they really are that gross.
Yeah,
People are
I know the
nasty.
story.
Yeah, like you go the way the media treated these kids, and like with like no evidence immediately, and you go, oh, that they were like Trump before Trump.
Were they kicked
Like-
out of college too?
I don't want to comment on it. You go
I
watch.
don't know that actually. I don't know that part, but I know what they did. The media did.
I
I know, like
that-
the guy
I'm
that
not
was
gonna ruin it.
prosecuting them or whatever held evidence.
Okay, yeah, so there you go. You just kind of ruined the end of the movie, but whatever. Yeah, so like,
Well,
yeah, like yeah.
Well,
no,
you didn't
it
have to
really-
say it ruined the movie, Daniel.
Yeah, but it did. No, but it's worth it because it really shows how the media, like, and dude, I'm not even kidding, dude. It was a precursor of 2015 going to the Trump's presidency. Like 2015, it was that year was like, remember like all those viral videos and like it was crazy. There is literally a guy out there. He's like, this is an example of the systemic racism here at Duke.
Just saying it.
Sharpton comes out, Reverend Jackson, like all these typical guys, and you're like, oh, the grift. This has been going on for a long time because it was a bunch of white,
yeah,
preppy,
that's the only people
rich-
that play lacrosse.
yeah, and Mike, and the Hearts. That's it. It was like the poorest people ever. But no, it's good, man. I watched it and I was enthralled the whole time. Super fun. Super
Yeah, a lot
fun.
of rich white kids play lacrosse.
Yeah, and they were, and the stripper was like this young black woman, single mother, whatever. It's great.
What are other good for 30s to 30s?
Oh, there's a lot. Oh, 4 Days in October. That's a great one.
You watch these a lot?
What you doing? You kicking tinfoil cans down over there? What are you doing?
No,
over there?
I'm writing this down on this little piece of paper.
Oh
Like,
my
you've
God.
never seen 4 Days in October?
No.
Shut
Oh,
up.
you're a Yankees fan. So.
No, I'm not. I'm a Red Sox fan. What the hell are you
You
talking
are a
about?
fucking Yankees fan.
No,
bro.
Ryan, I never have been.
Yeah, you wore a Yankee fucking hat.
I went for a little phase, Ryan. It's just trying
it's
to
a
rebel.
phase.
How do you go through a phase and root for the
Because
Yankees?
you try to rebel
Like,
sometimes.
that's like saying you like sucked a dick and you're like, it was just a phase.
Yeah,
It was
sometimes
just-
you do, Danny. It's just a phase.
Okay.
Okay? Sometimes you gotta try it to know if you like it or not.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Did you like it?
Did you
No, I didn't like it.
You like
now-
the hats? Hey, they have great hats though. Like Boston and Yankees have great hats.
Yeah.
Like those are great hats.
So many good baseball hats. There's a lot of good baseball.
Yeah,
I-
but Boston.
Old, Boston's classic. Classic Boston Yankees hats. Those are the most classic, iconic.
So, are you guys playing fantasy this year?
No.
I don't know.
No,
I
I'm
just
not
don't
sure.
care about that shit anymore.
Ryan, you do. Stop it.
I just don't, man. I don't know what happened.
Ryan's lost his testosterone levels are just like
That's
can't
not
do
true.
it.
No, I just don't care. I don't care to follow the analytics of football that much.
You don't want to like have like stats though and like play on like against your friends.
I mean, it makes it more fun to watch games. It does, but
Okay, I tell you what, how much money you betting? I'll do it if there's money involved. I'll do it.
Yeah, I want to do it. Well,
every time
Let's
I get
think about,
money
like-
involved with my friends, it's always a fucking people don't pay.
No,
It's
don't
always
do it.
wait.
Let's do it. Let's do it with
Well, that's why I
us.
stopped playing with them. I just said,
Well,
I'm
let's
not-
do
no,
it with
I like
us.
doing it through like the gambling sites.
oh, like the weekly stuff.
DraftKings.
No. Like this, like you pay. Like we could enter into like a league that was like $100, and then like
I think ESPN has that.
9 other people, random people, would be in the same league as us, but they would
Yeah.
all pay $100 too. So like everybody would take it serious.
So basically, you have like first place wins 900, and the second place wins
Yeah.
$100.
Yeah.
And then everyone else is out 100. Okay,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool. I like that. I like those types of things. But then again, dude, then you got some commissioner who's like a super big douche. I bet. Like, who runs that shit? Who makes the rule? Do we all just follow the same rules by the
Yeah,
site?
no. Yeah, you read the rules before you sign up. What kind of a league you want to go into? The commissioners in those leagues, they really don't.
Mike, I have a question. Do you think
Mike,
we
I
should
don't
have
know.
a government? Do you think we should have a government to regulate these? I'm kidding.
No. But the commissioner in those leagues, they really don't have that much control.
I've seen some. I don't know, Mike. Well, maybe not those leagues, but the leagues I've been with my friends, the commissioner would literally he'd stop trades.
Well,
How could he do that?
no, because it's the way he sets it up. Probably
You,
he set it up.
see, guys, why I want to
Because
get rid of government?
everybody was, because like when somebody gets finessed, like you take
Yeah.
advantage of somebody, and it was obvious, and everybody's like upset about it, so they blocked the trade.
Yeah, well, you
No,
can
but
do
see-
that. That's fair.
No, but see,
Is it though?
That's bull crap.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's not
See,
my
though,
fucking
hold on.
problem.
Can I just cite another example of why you don't want government? See, you elect a representative. Everyone decides this guy's
It's
the
not even
commissioner.
elected.
Well, you know what I mean. Everyone says, "Okay, you'll be the commissioner," and then he screws people by
I know, but-
just
Well,
How
here's
people
what will
feel.
happen. You'll have okay, you have you have us three. We're all cousins. Ryan loses 2 starters. Dan loses 2 starters. But you guys both have 2 all-star players on your
Right.
team. I still have all my all-star players.
Yeah.
So I'm going to give you a shitty player for that all-star player so I can win. Then I can split the money with you guys.
Yeah,
And
Yeah,
it's not fair.
that's true.
So
no,
you have to be able to be I think 3 votes in a 12th league to vote down a trade is good.
no, I think the votes are good, but not when the commissioner just.
Yeah, but that league was set up obviously stupidly, where the commissioner had complete control to stop a trade.
Well, yeah, it was both. Like the.
Yeah, I understand. I've been in
Yeah,
those
yeah.
kind of leagues too, where the
You
commissioner.
were in that league. You know, you've been in the league with my friends. You know how
Yeah.
it is. They stopped you from trading, I'm pretty sure.
Probably, but I just like to play with people that are into it. I don't like the people that just fucking stop playing because they have a shitty team.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if people put in $100, they're going to
well.
continue
Let's
to play.
do it. Let's do it. Let's just create one ourselves. Let's just do it.
Well, no, we'll join one.
I don't
Or
even know.
Jordan.
I don't even know who
Whatever.
the fucking first pick is.
Oh, it's Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey.
Quan Barkley.
That's risky.
Is he injured
Yeah.
last year?
He'll-
Derrick
He'll
Henry's
probably be
big
a
boy,
top
though.
5.
Derrick Henry's gonna get hurt eventually. That's a big man.
Oh, he's built though. He's built very strong.
That guy looks like the Predator.
Yeah,
He
you got to
looks
pick the new All-Star.
I don't know who I would pick. Odell's probably done, and he's be a top, maybe a top 5 wide
No, you don't
receiver.
pick him until the 3rd or 4th round.
Yeah, I'd say top 5.
Dan would be picking fucking
Odell.
Dan, he's old, dude.
Oh, Ocho Cinco. The guy's not even in the league anymore.
Odell's a couple years ago.
I know. I was there.
Odell
I played.
probably won't get picked till the 3rd or 4th
If
round.
I had to pick a guy that I would be who's the receiver I would pick? Like Julio would probably still be a good pick.
No, you don't want to pick him.
I think I'm not first pick. Not first pick. He would still be a good pick.
Trying
Though.
to think who would be the first
Like
receiver.
for flex, like you want to put him on a flex, you could put him on a flex.
You'd want to pick like DeAndre Hopkins or like if Aaron Rodgers play, you want to pick Aaron Rodgers guy.
Old ass Hopkins.
It's not old.
He's not old. He's in his prime.
DeAndre Hopkins is like what 34? What?
Oh, it's like 29, 30.
No way. No
yes, he is.
way.
Yeah.
No.
He might
how.
be younger.
When they
DeAndre
ask me if
Hopkins
Tom
is
Brady
young.
will make it to the Super Bowl, you know what I say? No way. No how.
Parker. Good guy.
Fucking yeah, dude. I fucking like. He's not the GOAT. He's the LOAT.
Yeah.
The luckiest of all time.
There's
Dude,
nothing he can say now. There's like nothing.
What are you talking about? After he won the last one, when he has that radio show with that other black guy. I don't know his name.
Chris Broussard.
Yeah, Chris Broussard. He's all right.
29.
DeAndre Hopkins or like Hopkins. He's fucking stupid. He won't get the backs though.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Well, that's what he tweeted it and deleted it for a reason.
Well, like we don't know what's happened since then.
I bet he's not.
I thought they don't have to.
They don't have to.
They just have to get tested.
Cole
But they're going to be treated as like second-class citizens.
Honestly, Cole should have worked on that song a little bit longer. It wasn't that good of a banger. It just wasn't.
I didn't listen to it, so I don't know.
That's some shit. Mike was just ripping. He just wanted to rap about
Cole Beasley wrote a song
about anti-vaccines. Like, I don't need your vaccine. I'm motherfucking clean, dog. Like the whitest shit. And you're like, nah.
I never heard
that
this.
you should have left it on the storage device. Just left it in the reel. It was. I mean, listen, I've made some pretty shitty music in my day, so I'm not gonna say
expressing
much.
his feelings, man.
I just this vaccine, man. I'm trying to cut corners, be clean, and you're like,
How many times did you listen to this?
only once. It's burned in my memory forever. I know he says vaccine though very clearly in the song.
Yeah, or Stephon Diggs would probably be a good pick for a receiver.
How about
CeeDee Lamb. CeeDee Lamb's probably going to be pretty damn good.
CeeDee
rookie?
What
No, he's
about
not a rookie, second year.
Texas?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah,
Juju.
Dallas.
Juju.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
I wouldn't pick him.
Juju.
Maybe if it's the right.
No, I think the Steelers are going to be good this year, man. They look like I think they could be good. They were good last
Ben
year.
Roethlisberger looks skinny.
Yeah, but
No,
they got like
they
a
were-
tough division.
They have like they were really good. They were undefeated, like 10-0 or 12-0.
They were like
12-0,
12-0, and then they lost.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're going to be good, but that doesn't mean
Then it
Juju's
was just
gonna be good.
like it was this
I
cataclysm.
love it. I hate the Steelers.
I don't hate them as much as I used to when we were kids.
Man, it just sucks having to hunt Brady anymore.
Yeah, especially because he's still winning Super Bowls.
Super Chef.
No, because it was still like Ryan's not even into football.
Michael,
Looks like a
I'm
sad
gonna ask
fucking
you a
dog.
riddle. Michael, let me ask you.
It definitely did take away the win of my
Ryan,
sales.
shut up. Ryan,
It
shut up.
did.
Ryan, shut up. Mike, I want to ask you a riddle.
What?
What comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you?
I don't know what is it.
Come on, think about it, Michael. I guess what comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you?
I don't know, Dan. It's probably
Think.
something sexual. What is
No.
it?
Michael, what comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you?
What is it, Dan? I don't know what riddles mean.
Is it
Riddles.
Is it really? You're really talking about bullets?
Yes.
Is
don't
that a riddle?
No, you don't remember the college humor Batman? And he's like, a helicopter. And they're like, what is that? And he's like, oh. And he calls it Alfred. He's like, yeah, that's what I said. Helicopter. And shit. Mike, have you ever seen that?
No.
They're fucking hilarious.
Oh my God, Mike, you gotta watch.
I don't think it's college humor. I think it's just Pete Holmes. Or is
No,
it?
Pete Holmes. It's Pete Holmes. Yeah, that's what it is.
Maybe it's a collaboration.
I
but I'm
think
not
they
sure.
started out or something weird together, but dude, that shit. What comes out of the end of a gun and riddles you? And he's like supposed to be this super genius. He's like, a helicopter. It is just like one of the.
They're fucking hilarious.
Dude, they are like. The clock is going. Like, dude, when Batman's trying to find his voice, And he's like, he just come in. He's like, "Chair, Captain." I don't know. It's
Or
just,
he's in with the skit with the penguin, and he doesn't think he's killing people. He's just putting them to sleep.
he's like,
He's
look,
throwing like
look.
batter,
Yeah.
the batter, whatever they're called, the
batarangs. And he
into
like
their
gets
head.
that- Yeah, and the guy's like, "Oh, go to sleep time for the bad guys." And dude, like, it is so good. He's like, "What?" They said like, he's like, "Yeah, my goldfish went to the farm or wherever." You know what I mean? Like he's just sleeping and went to the farm.
Michael might not find that funny.
Dude, Mike,
I've never seen it.
you would love him. You would love him.
I don't know.
I
Michael doesn't like stupid humor.
Yeah, dude. What are you talking about? Right, I like a lot of stupid humor.
No, you don't, Michael.
Trailer
No, you
Park
don't.
Boys, not stupid humor.
Okay, that's pretty fucking great.
Pretty
Dude.
funny. I
Mike,
wanna
what's your
see-
favorite? Your favorite is this Bubbles? Is Bubbles your favorite, right?
No, Ricky.
Ricky. That's Zach. That's your brother.
That's my favorite. I
That's
love
your brother.
Ricky. I like stupid humor, Ryan. What are you talking about? I like a lot of funny shit.
All right, well, you might like it. You might
I
like
just
it.
funny.
No, because you don't think I like stupid because I don't like stand-up comedy.
Do you like South Park?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
Family Guy?
No.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Family Guy or
That
anything.
guy's fucking funny.
I
There's
don't.
some parts that are funny.
Yeah, it's like once in a while, but South Park is way more,
Yeah. South Park is way more funny.
way more intelligent, way funnier, and it's just better.
Oh,
Dude, when they did the pandemic episode, oh my god, huh?
How often do you guys watch South Park? Have you seen every episode ever made?
I think I've missed the last like probably 5 years or
Yeah,
so. 6.
probably more than that. Shit.
I stopped at like season 15 or something.
Will you guys
14.
ever go back and rewatch them all?
I don't know. I watch like the big ones.
Dude, Mike, go watch the pandemic episode. Oh my god, it is like.
Do they come up with one once a week?
No.
Well, I
How
think during the
often?
They only
That-
release like 10 episodes a season now.
13, yeah, it's
I
not
think
like
they kind of just do it like when they want.
whenever. Yeah, dude, that pandemic episode, integrity, and he's selling weed, like that's what Randy does now. He just sells weed, and
Yeah.
and like basically Randy was the reason the pandemic happened.
Yeah.
Man,
I
that's
can't
a lot.
remember. It wasn't like the Cure, his cum.
His cum was he had to come on the
all the weed.
weed, and then he was giving it away for like free, and like
Oh my god.
people.
Well,
it
the
was
best
pretty
part
good.
is his Marcia, his wife, his
You
like
know.
wife's brother gets sick with COVID, and he like sneaks into the hospital room, and he has to like jerk off on him to try to save him,
It is
or
dude,
something like that. I could
No,
be
it
wrong.
is literally like I think that is like he does something dirty.
Because
Like
he
that.
fucks the pangolin.
No, he does. But Mickey Mouse is the one who actually like got it going.
Yeah.
He's like, oh man,
I'm
Come
surprised
on.
that wasn't censored because that's kind of implying that came from China.
well that is the actual what people thought had happened that like something
Oh,
happened,
that's right.
some
market.
bat, whatever.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah, never
But
mind.
that shit was man. You gotta watch it, Mike. Mike, what do
I
you?
think I might have seen that one.
Mike, go through your day with me, man. What do you do?
What do you
Before
mean?
we go, I just want to give people a taste of your day, because I just wonder, like, what do you do all day? What's your day like? I think about this sometimes.
My day?
Yeah, like, what time do you usually get up on
I
average?
usually wake up around like 8 o'clock, 7:30.
8 o'clock? Okay. How do you
And
start?
then-
Up a lot earlier. What happened?
No, not right now. And then I'll have coffee. I'll make the coffee and drink 16 ounces of water before
Okay.
my coffee.
How long does that take you? Like, so.
I just chug it till my coffee pot's done.
Yeah. Oh wow. So you don't not a cup of coffee. You're having a pot of coffee.
No.
Well,
it's
no,
about
no.
16 ounces of water.
I make a pot of coffee. I normally drink like 2 to 3 cups.
2 to 3 cups, and
I
then
normally drink 2 cups.
do you shower in the morning or do you usually
No.
shower at night?
I
So
shower
you
at
don't-
nighttime.
Shower at night. Okay. So like
Yeah, so I wake
8
up.
o'clock.
Yeah,
8
and
o'clock
then
you're up, and then what time are you done with your coffee, drinking the water? Like 8:30, 9,
yeah, like
So
9
you-
o'clock.
9 o'clock. Okay. Now what are you doing after 9?
And then at 9 o'clock I start studying.
Okay.
And then at like 12 o'clock, 11:30, I start to work on the house.
12 o'clock. So you don't even take a lunch?
Yeah, I will, but not like, it's just
Half hour.
like quickly, just eat and then go.
And then you work on the house till when?
Till whenever I feel like it.
4, 3, 4, 5.
No, way later than that. Like normally 5 or 6, sometimes 8.
The house is looking good.
Yeah, I'm doing the
What do you
kitchen.
do while you're working on this house?
It's just, what do you mean?
You do for entertainment.
Well, sometimes I'll have a podcast, sometimes I won't, sometimes I'll just work on the house.
Sometimes you got to have the kids around too, so you got to be out listening for them.
Yeah, and then that's what I do right now in my daytime. I'm just trying to.
It's a good day.
Yeah.
No government.
That's my day.
Just no government. Just
I do business stuff if I need to. There's always business things that pop up here and there.
Right. Because I was like, I send you a lot of shit, and you never watch it, so I was just wondering.
Well, because I don't have time to sit. I do in the morning, but honestly, Dan, I watch my sports stuff in the morning when I'm drinking coffee.
No, I know, but I'm saying dude, listen, I'm giving you guys a wealth of information that you would just so much fun stuff.
But then half the time I forget about it when you send it, and I just don't remember that. And
I know you don't care. You don't care what I say. It was fun.
No, I just I watch a lot of.
I just want to watch the sports.
I send you stuff, sports,
and I watch it.
Yeah,
I talked to
you
you about
watch that fight. You didn't watch it.
I did not watch the fight. No, I did not.
I watched the video.
It was on at the same time as the UFC. I was watching the UFC. I can get that from.
And that was a way better fight than the UFC.
But I already paid for ESPN.
Well, maybe not a way better fight, but it was potentially going to be.
No, it probably was better. It was
it was a first round knockout or choke actually, but it had the potential. These guys were great fighters.
Well, maybe when you're done with your tests and everything, it gets your head just may be full of house regulations and knowledge. Just blah. Oh, that shingle over there, that's 2.7 centimeters off. No good.
Yeah.
Redo the whole thing.
But what was I gonna say about the UFC?
Oh, did you see what that
no.
said?
I was gonna say about MMA records are kind of the dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Why? People like Khabib's I'm 29-0, but Khabib fought in a promotion that his father helped regulate and fund and
yeah,
do.
but obviously he was really good because he
obviously he was really good, but he only fought 13 guys in the UFC, so that record's superly powdered up.
Yeah, but everybody. But how long did it take him to win the belt, and how many fights?
Took him a while, though.
It took him 12 fights, or no, not 11.
No, he only defended the belt 3 times.
Yeah, took him 11 times.
3 times?
Yeah, 3 times.
Against Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, and Dustin Poirier. That's it.
Yeah.
No.
Conor McGregor. That was a fight for the belt.
Well,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's all he defended that, and he got it against Ally Quinta.
Remember when he fucking smashed Conor?
But that
if Conor doesn't fucking knock you out in the first 45 seconds, he can't do shit.
Dude, you're such a hater, dude.
No,
you're just a little fucking hater, dude.
My point is that there's other guys that have way more impressive records than that.
Yeah, John Jones.
Yeah, John Jones.
No, John Jones is definitely.
Silver.
John Jones is fucking crazy.
No, John Jones has, I think, 15 title fights.
Yeah.
Something like that.
But my point was a lot of these guys that have like Khabib's record is not that impressive. He didn't really fight that many guys in the UFC.
But he was dominant his entire.
Yes, he was, but he didn't have 29 fights in the UFC. Is my point.
No, I mean I get that, Michael, but not everybody doesn't. John Jones is very unique because John Jones got in at a time where everyone could still sucked.
Well, and he was so young.
And that's what I mean. Because everyone was still kind of shitty back then. Shittier.
Fighters.
No, they were, but you know what I mean. It's different caliber today. So John Jones can still hang today because he was already at that level.
Yeah.
10 years ago or whatever. So, but then again, John Jones might never come back. And I honestly hope he loses.
Really?
I hope he dies in the ring. Yeah, like I think.
All I'm saying is that like the records are a lot of these records are not. I like when I hear 29-0, like I always thought that was a UFC record, but that's not.
No,
No,
yeah,
even
but Roy Jones,
Even Connor's record is.
like 5-3 or
Yeah, I wonder
No,
what
I-
his
or-
UFC record is.
Conor
6
has way more fights than Khabib in the UFC, I think.
No, he doesn't.
Let's see.
Way more? No way. I don't
I
think
don't know
it's
about
probably
way
about the
more.
same. Probably about the
I
same.
think Connor fight higher caliber fighters.
Yeah,
I
he
think
definitely did.
He has like what 20 fights? I think it's 20.
Something like that.
He's like 20, 18-2 or 18-4, whatever he is.
No, he's 20 and something.
Is he 20 and something? Okay, then he's probably fought 10 times, 15 times. I don't even think 15. I don't know. He has fought a lot in the last like year and a half, 2 years. He has fought like,
Connor?
a decent amount. I'm pretty right. He really
He's
only
10-3 in the UFC.
What's his last 5 fights?
No, he's just 10-3. So
I was
his
just
last
curious. What's
his last 3
5?
fights he lost, except Cowboy.
He has
Fuck
a
that
22-6 record.
Fucking Connor. What a fucking sad career.
Dude, you will never amount to anything.
Well, listen.
Like you're like the
I
people
totally-
judging Simone Biles. You're like, man, you're just a man.
I'm not- I'm judging Conor McGregor by what he puts out there.
and
What
he
does he
puts
put out
out.
there?
He's done
He
some great
claims to be
shit.
the greatest.
He's one of the greatest fighters of all time.
I don't know about that. I wouldn't say that. Not
Yeah.
to me.
One of the greatest
No,
personalities.
yeah, he's definitely one of the most exciting,
Yeah.
greatest personalities to like to
Well, he's
watch.
probably
But
the greatest personality.
he is not one of the greatest fighters. Oh no, not even
Yeah.
close.
Who
GSP
else? Why?
would crush him. GSP
Who?
in his prime. GSP.
GSP is bigger. Conor was
Okay,
a 145er.
We're talking about skill here. I'm not talking weight class. I'm just saying like skill level. Like Connor is amazing on his feet. He's an amazing striker. He can throw some good kicks. You get him on.
Conor
Yes.
McGregor's the first fighter to hold 2 belts at the same time.
That's
Yeah,
greatness.
I used
That
to
is
love
awesome.
Conor McGregor.
And he fought a washed up Eddie Alvarez. who
No,
was kind
Eddie
of fucking-
Alvarez was like 29 years old when he fought him. What do you mean he was washed up? He's in his prime.
He was washed up.
And he
Everybody
beat-
knew
and he
it.
beat
No, not Eddie
Jose
Alvarez.
Jose
The other
Aldo.
one. OJ, yeah, that one.
Jose wasn't. No, I'm talking Eddie Alvarez when he won his second belt was kind of washed up. He was like
No,
30.
I don't think so.
No, I don't-
Well, he beat.
you know what I mean? You just say these things and you don't back them up. I'm telling you, he was
No,
washed
no,
up.
Eddie Alvarez was not washed up when Conor
He
McGregor
was.
fought him.
Yes,
No,
he
not,
was. Yes,
dude. No, he was not.
Who did he beat to get the belt?
I
Who did
know-
Eddie Alvarez?
Eddie
I don't know.
Alvarez.
Who
And
did
then
Eddie
he-
Alvarez? Who did Eddie Alvarez get the belt? Where did Eddie Alvarez come from? Was
I
Eddie
don't-
Alvarez always in the UFC? No, I don't believe he was. I think
don't-
he came from one or Zuffa or wherever one of those other ones.
I
Kinda
don't
came
think-
over, got lucky.
Eddie Alvarez was the favorite to win that fight. The fight that he did win.
Yeah, I don't think he was either. But I don't think Eddie
That
was
doesn't
like
mean
he's not. Eddie Alvarez was not like the prime of his career, like top dog, like the best he's ever been. It's just fact.
No, yeah, it was. Who
Well,
told you
look
that, Dan?
Let's
What do
see
you-
the year. Let's see.
Eddie,
the
it
year.
was 2016, Dan. Eddie Alvarez was like in his prime.
Yeah, so
Right.
he's 37 now. That was 5 years ago. So 32. That's prime.
Yeah, he's right in his prime, Dan.
No. Listen, you can use his age as his prime. Look at it before. He's trash. He's trash. Who did he fight? The only reason he really got the
let's
fight
look
was
it up.
because of the. I think it was because the UFC bought a company, and then he was a champion over there, and they gave him a title shot, and he won.
Eddie
No,
Alvarez.
no,
is
no,
20,
no.
29.
Isn't that what?
He
Yeah.
never. The UFC just doesn't give you the. I don't think they've ever given somebody from another organization a title shot right away.
Oh,
So
you're high. You're so high. Yes,
Maybe
they have.
one guy.
No, they've done it a couple times.
No,
Oh, he
who?
beat
Who?
Dos Anjos.
Dos Anjos, a washed up Dos Anjos. Yes, that's what it
Dan,
was.
you're telling everybody's washed up.
Yeah.
Eddie Alvarez is not washed up when Conor McGregor fought.
Yes, he did. Yes, he was.
No, he was not.
Eddie Alvarez looked like just
Eddie
like looked
Alvarez
like
was not washed up. Just because Conor McGregor made him look like that doesn't mean he's washed up.
I mean, I don't know, Mike. That's what I think.
You're wrong.
You're wrong. How about that?
Okay.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
I'm not
Eddie
wrong.
Alvarez. Go watch his fights, man. Who did he fight? Where did he come from? Ryan, look it up. Who did he fight before Dos Anjos? I know it was a merger thing. Like he fought like he did not fight. He was like prestigious career.
Yeah.
Anthony Pettis, pretty solid fighter.
Yeah, went the distance, didn't it?
Just
Didn't it go all the way?
because
It
you come
did.
from another
Yeah.
organization doesn't mean that you don't fight good guys either.
Yeah, but they weren't. It's just not the same, dude. That's like saying, you know, if you're on the Jets,
Eddie
you-
Alvarez
Huh?
beat Justin Gaethje.
Dan, he wasn't fighting nobody, so I don't want to hear your
2017.
crap.
Justin
You guys-
Gaethje was a young man, unprepared for battle. He's
He-
learned.
He got kneed in the 3rd round with 1
Yes.
second left or
It
a minute
happens.
left.
Listen, Conor McGregor's always fought in the toughest guys.
Yeah,
Say what you
that's
want.
true.
Well, other than
Okay.
Cowboy Cerrone.
Cowboy Cerrone at the time, and when Conor McGregor fought Cowboy Cerrone was like, he was on a roll. What are you talking about?
No,
Was he?
Cowboy was done.
Yes.
Yeah, Cowboy was done. I agree with Ryan. I love Cowboy, but he was on his way out. And
Cowboy's always going to be a tough fight.
No, that was
No,
a
Mike,
gift
he
to
lost
Dana White.
to Tony Ferguson. Remember what happened in that fight?
Yeah, I remember.
And then he lost to Justin Gaethje.
No, not the
and
iPhone.
then he lost to Conor.
Yeah, he's fighting all the top dogs.
He was fighting good fights.
Yeah, and he got obliterated every single time. So
Yeah, he's lost his last
So, Dan,
fights.
are you going to say that Justin Gaethje is washed up and not good anymore?
we'll see how he does. It's Chandler.
What if he gets knocked out in like the first round?
Then he's done. Then he's executed. Done.
No, because anyone can get hit by a punch.
Listen,
mean,
I
it's just a
understand,
mistake.
Mike. I'm just saying, Eddie
Justin
Alvarez.
Gaethje really hasn't really beaten anyone.
Not really.
Well,
I mean,
Conor McGregor.
Tony Ferguson, I think, is.
What weight class was that in? Was that
What?
155?
What?
That was Eddie Alvarez weight
Yeah,
class, right?
155. Yep.
155. If Khabib was there, Conor would have not went up.
Khabib
And
was
try-
there.
No, but
He just
with
wasn't the
belt.
champion.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
He's just
if
not healthy.
If Khabib was the champion,
Conor McGregor would have went up.
he
fights
would have
the
lost.
toughest
He
guys.
would have lost. He would
You
have
don't know
lost.
that. He was different in 2016 than he
He
was
was
when he
different,
fought him.
man. He was different.
He
He
was
was.
different.
He
He
would
was.
have lost.
You
I don't
can't
know
say
if
that.
I don't even like Conor,
You're
but I don't
wrong.
even know if I agree with that.
You're gonna tell me that Conor McGregor can beat Khabib if they're both at their peak? They're
That
both
was at the
their
peak
best.
of his career.
Yeah,
Yes.
definitely. Conor
Do you
McGregor.
think- You think? Tell me honestly. Out of 10 times,
Oh,
how many
Khabib,
times would Conor be beat?
twice?
How many times would Conor? Twice. So you
Four
tell me a
times.
20%, 40% chance. You're high.
Yeah.
I say Khabib. I say he might beat him once, one time, and that will be because it's a knockout.
No.
Any other time, Khabib.
Okay,
is
who
a
has Khabib
nasty
fought, Dan?
striker. Huh?
Who has Khabib fought? Let's
Justin
look at Khabib's
Gaethje,
records.
Justin Poirier, Conor
Justin
McGregor.
Gaethje's not that impressive because Justin Gaethje honestly hasn't really.
I don't
fought
know what
anybody.
to do with you, Michael. What are you gonna say? Justin Gaethje's washed up? And
No,
now you're saying he's
Justin
not that
Gaethje
good?
hasn't really fought that many good people,
Okay, then he's washed up. I don't know.
and he's lost to a lot of good people.
Yeah, okay.
You're telling me that when Justin Gaethje beat Tony Ferguson was washed up.
He was on the way out. Obviously, if you look at where he is now.
That's what you told me when Conor beat Donald Cerrone.
No, Cowboy is like done. Everybody knows Cowboy was like kind of
Donald Cerrone's still fighting.
right. Michael, that was a gimme by Dana White, and it was an easy fight for Conor. Everybody knew it. Everyone knew that could be a fun fight. But Conor could probably outlast Cowboy because of Cowboy's age.
Yeah. Okay, let me ask something this too. Conor McGregor is the only fighter in UFC history to have 3 different knockouts in 3 different divisions.
Holy crap!
He's the first fighter ever to hold
No,
a
but he's
2-time
not
belt
the
at the
greatest,
same
Michael.
time.
He's not. The
I never
greatest.
said he was the greatest. I said he's one of the greatest.
It's not even, he's one of the. He has a great resume.
Yes, he's one of the greatest fighters.
Yeah,
what
sure,
else do you
fine.
judge a fighter by? Their resume and who they beat and what they did.
By their blood, they
Conor, I will give Conor this. He is not afraid to take risks.
Yes,
That was my main criticism of him when he came back after the Floyd and all that other shit. He should not have fought Khabib.
Yeah, but he did it.
He did.
And he lasted
What?
4 rounds.
He
And
did.
he's the only fighter ever to win a round against Khabib,
Listen,
Dan.
man, I don't want to hear that shit and be proud of it.
But what you're
He's
saying
one
is,
round.
all I said is that he's one of the greatest of all time, and he is.
I don't know, but I don't know.
Who's greater?
I-
Who's greater, Conor or Khabib?
No. I have to think because Connor did different things than Khabib.
No, but
Yeah,
which one's
Took
which
a lot more
one
risks
is?
than Khabib did.
No, that's not true. Khabib had to fight his way to the top, and he fought the best guys in the
No, but
division.
Khabib never
He-
changed
he-
weight
he-
classes.
He
So
fucking
what?
got injured so much.
Oh,
I-
man.
All those Tony Ferguson fights that were supposed to happen,
There-
that could
there
have changed
is-
the course
okay,
of his career.
okay.
Dan.
No
Here's
one's
what I'll
ever
say.
been able to put Khabib
Here's
in
what I'll say.
danger.
Here's what I'll say. Yeah, no, somebody has. One guy has. I forget his name, but he did.
Alec Winter?
No, another guy. I forget his name.
Alec Winter
But
just
it's not
flies.
Alec Quinta. But I'll say this: Khabib is better at 155
Then what?
than Conor at 155. But Conor McGregor did different things. Conor McGregor dominated the 145-pound division. Conor
Yes.
McGregor fought Max Holloway, dominated it. Like you guys are just taking away of
Yes.
all the great things Conor McGregor
No,
did.
I never took him away, but you act like he's John Jones. He's not John Jones.
No, he's not. But he's one of the. I never said he was the greatest. I said he's one of them.
Yeah,
He's
but
top
okay.
10.
I
Top
mean,
10.
yeah, he's definitely top 10 for sure.
Yeah, that's one of the greatest of all time.
I don't want to call GOAT. We don't give GOAT status.
I never said go. I said one of the greatest of all time.
Michael, that's what GOAT.
No,
GOAT all
no,
time.
the GOAT is the greatest of all time. I said one of the greatest.
Okay,
You
fair
know,
enough.
John Jones has never like really lost.
He's
Yeah.
never really. He's been DQ'd and
Yeah,
he's failed
twice.
to.
So
That's it.
when you guys tell me that he's not, you guys are missing all of what Conor McGregor did.
Mike, you just.
And Conor McGregor still can do more. Like you guys are just counting this guy out. What if he comes
I
back?
never
and,
counted him out. You know that. Don't fucking put those words in my mouth. I always say that I think Conor should come back, and I think he's
Yeah,
gonna.
Dan had a hard on for fucking Connor.
No, you just got lucky,
on
Ryan.
that Dustin
You
Poirier
got
fight.
lucky that you were right, because Connor was coming out that second, third round
Dustin
and gonna fuck him up.
Poirier, yeah, Connor did look very good.
Connor looked really good until he shattered his.
and I don't care what people say about
Yeah.
the ground pound because I've seen Conor McGregor get taken down time and time again, and that's part of his strategy. He lets the guy wear him out, and then he gets up. And like this whole notion of Conor McGregor not doing anything after the second round is ridiculous.
Yeah, but Mike,
Yeah, but Mike, listen
What?
to me.
what has he done? He hasn't done anything. He just made a lot of money.
What do you mean he hasn't done anything? Who?
I'm talking about recently.
Recently, yes, you're right about that.
He's made a lot of money. I give him that.
Yes, he
Respect
hasn't
to
done
him, Looking out
anything.
for him and his family.
He
Honestly,
hasn't done anything. No, he has not won the fights that he's fought in recently. But that doesn't mean that he's
Does
not
it break
good.
your heart?
No, it doesn't break my heart. It's because I just know fighting. It's really hard to win unless you're super dominant.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just think a lot of people figured Conor McGregor out and what he did, and I think that I don't think Conor McGregor kept on training, and I think that was his biggest problem. But I don't think he was training in the right kind of atmosphere.
I just can't believe he fought Khabib like that.
Like
Dude,
what?
I mean, he coming back for his fight after being on a layoff. But like, this is the thing is like,
3 years or 2 years.
Connor was being a stupid dude. He was trying to go fight Manny Pacquiao. He was like taking time off from UFC. It's on him. Those are his mistakes, and he has to own them. And he is an idiot, like thinking that you can just jump back into the ring. You're
Yes.
dumb. Like you're dumb,
Well,
and that's
yeah.
on him.
He has an ego.
Yes,
That's part of the reason why he is where he is.
absolutely, dude. He posted a picture on Twitter, fucking boner and everything the other day. I was like, what are you
Hey,
doing?
let me see this.
Yeah, dude, he was wearing a donut pant. No,
What's he
Simpson.
doing?
He had Homer Simpson sweatpants on. Look at Mike pulling him. I gotta see this guy's dick, man.
Well,
Dude,
why did he do that?
He's got a hog on that thing, dude. I don't know if he's like hard or if he's just got a huge.
Oh, he definitely rubs himself.
Yeah, he had a decent little thing going. That's still a decent sized man penis.
Oh,
That's
Dan,
man.
you can't see shit.
Yes, you can. Look.
Dan, you're really having to look here. He's wearing goddamn sweatpants.
Zoom in.
How
zoom
do
in.
I find this?
Like he's wearing loose-fitting sweatpants.
No, but
How do
look.
I find this?
You don't have a Twitter, do you?
No.
Here, I'll send it to you, dude. I got you.
I know. I just want to see it.
I just want to see his. I just want to see his penis, man. It's not
Okay.
gay. It's not gay. I
What's he
swear.
up to?
Dude, you can totally see his penis. What are you talking about, Ryan?
Okay, what is he up to?
Here, Mike. I'm sending it now.
He's fucking just rolling around on a little fucking.
Dude,
scooter.
zoom in on that shit. What are you talking about, boy? Dude, that's a fucking penis in there.
Where?
You can see it. Get in there. Adjust.
He's
Adjust.
wearing
There
like
it
a
is.
loose-fitting
Look,
sweatpants,
that is
man.
his penis right there.
Hello.
Oh, look at the ugly freaking toe. Why is he taking a picture smiling like this?
Because he's fucking living his life.
He's walking. Look at him, Brian. He's already walking.
He's probably not supposed to do this.
No, he is. Actually.
Mike's just a doctor. No, he is. He's definitely 100%.
No, because the way his surgery did, they just put a plate in there, screw it together, and then you want to start walking on it so you don't get so you build muscle.
Oh. Atrophy.
Yeah.
Well, he probably will atrophy, but yeah. Are you sure they're supposed to?
They said he can walk on it like right away almost,
Really?
but not like a lot. But
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, because it's stronger than what it was.
I mean, he's gonna be out for a while. Like
With his amount of income, he could be back in 8 months.
With his amount of income, 2 weeks.
yeah.
No, but I've heard somebody said that the surgery he got, like, it's not going to be easy. It's going to really be painful. Like, it's not like, because they drilled a piece of metal into his bone, like his knee, like right the bone, your top leg bone, your femur to your shin bone, wherever the heck that is.
Mhm.
They did it all down or whatever. Listen, all I know is this is a really long episode, so no one's going to get this far.
Somebody
But everyone has a good day. I hope. We'll talk to you later. Please like, share, subscribe. And if you don't, that's cool. And go fuck yourself. All right. Bye.